What is up, Friday Nighters? Welcome back to another episode of Just Another Friday Night. I am one of your two hosts. I'm CM Chuck. Alongside me, it used to be as always, but not last week. We had a little bit of an incident, but now back,
Yeah.
Double A, Adamantium Adam. Double
Hey
A.
guys. Hey guys. Glad to be back. Just had a little scare last week, and I just didn't want to endanger anyone, so we're just taking precautions.
We're all good.
That's it.
Everybody's healthy.
Yeah,
Everybody's
everyone came
fine.
out negative.
Your whole family got tested, right?
Everybody.
And all negative, so that's
Everybody.
good. Remember, Double A's wife is a nurse, so yeah, we thought it might have been like an exposure, and
Yes.
he was being safe and said, "Don't come," because the
Yeah.
pod lab is here at his home, and
Yeah.
so. But
So,
again,
I Lysol every inch of this damn studio in here right now, so everything's good. We're good. We're fine.
I told
back.
him, if you're good, I'm good,
Yeah.
and I'm good, and
Yeah.
we're good. We're good at my house too. I want to say thank you to everybody that checked up on us. We really appreciate that. Everybody again was fine and is fine, but again, we just, it was one of those
Yeah.
situations where I'm sure everybody's getting used to it. That
Yeah.
got it, and you saw them maybe a while back, or you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Then it's like, damn, is that enough time? I don't know, you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
everyone, did.
Yeah, real quick, I just want to say thank you to Amy. She did great. She was amazing. I kind of made a reference to her being like our Jay Leno, David Letterman. If anybody really goes back and remembers like the O Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, when Johnny Carson was the shit, sometimes he would take breaks every now and then, and he would call either Jay Leno or David Letterman.
Really, I didn't know that. I
That's
didn't
where
know
the
that.
host back came in when they
Ooh,
picked
who was gonna
who
get
was going
the
to get the
job.
Tonight Show.
Very
So,
cool.
Yeah,
Very
so
cool.
I like to see us as the Johnny Carson Tonight Show, the
Yeah.
what everybody wanted to go to.
I'm Ed
So-
McMahon though.
Oh, okay.
Because you'd always have Ed McMahon there, right?
Okay, well,
And
I
now,
was going to say we're both Carson.
Publishers
Okay.
Clearinghouse, you can win $10,000 if you sign up. Guys, we want to try a little bit of a new format style because, and again, you're all like, man, you keep changing the damn format. No, not really. It's going to be like. You guys know that if you missed the Facebook Live, if you're hearing us on the audio version, you can join us any Friday night when we do this show live from Facebook Live, where you can comment in and question, and we'll answer you directly live. But if you don't have time for that, it's fine. You can always listen to us on Anchor, Spotify, Audible. Now I found out Amazon Music,
iHeart,
Pandora,
iTunes. CM has gotten to see just about every top tier podcast you can listen to.
Google Podcasts. If you find somewhere where our podcast isn't there, let me know because that makes me upset.
But, I mean, all the major ones, he's got us on there. So iTunes, iHeart. I mean, I was like, wow, iHeart. And then I saw Amazon. I was like, wow, Amazon too. And then you're saying Audible.
Audible is pretty cool, but a lot of people listen to books on tape
Yeah,
there. And
yeah.
I downloaded it so I could check. And I think it's like a subscription service if you want to listen to audiobooks. But for podcasts, it's free. So you could just download the app and listen to us if you like. If you have Audible already, you can listen to us on Audible as well.
Yeah, so super cool. A lot of listening.
Yeah.
And,
And I want to say thank you to Amy too, Double A. Good job, sis. I really appreciate you filling in, coming in clutch. I know it was a late night one, but I noticed we had a little bit of an increase in the crowd.
Yeah,
in the
we had
evening.
the night. What do you call it? The vampires.
The vampires, the creatures of the night, the creatures of the Friday night.
Yeah, creatures of the Friday night came out.
We appreciate you guys as we sit here in the eerie green light, right? Guys, so the format change I was talking about, though, is just this. I tell you guys, I'm not going to answer your comments and all that until the first break at 30 minutes, but I don't want to do that anymore. I didn't think that's respectful to you guys and fair to you guys. So I'm going to start talking to you guys in like the first 10, 15 minutes. We'll do a little bit of chatting, wait for it to fill up, and we'll address the comments that do come in, and then we'll go ahead and get into our topic just in a natural kind of way. And then at the end of the show, we'll close the show with a little bookend, again, reading any last comments that may have come in on the part. Obviously, we're not going to spend the whole hour and a half reading comments, but please comment in whenever it feels easy, convenient for you. I just hate when I miss people that come in real quick and they leave. And again, I don't expect anyone to sit around for the entire live. Watch it at your leisure.
That's why you can listen to us anywhere you find podcasts available.
And on YouTube, which we didn't say, but guys, right now, there's been a YouTube video out every day. One came out today at noon. It was our party like it's 1999.
And some of our older stuff, so it's not current, but it's getting there.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely, it's getting there.
By the end of this month, it will be current, where the show that you see here will be out on YouTube the same day. I just didn't want to release like a big mass and then no one looks at it. And so we're trying to slowly build that audience. So if you watch videos on YouTube, and I'm sure you all do, please find us Just Another Friday Night. Hit the subscribe button, the bell, and then anytime a video comes out, you get a notification. I did it, and
I did it.
Yeah. So it's there. We have a Twitch also. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know how to do it yet, but I'm trying to figure it out. And I know you can connect Twitch to Twitter, or your gaming system to PlayStation and to your PlayStation to Twitch and to YouTube.
Oh, you're gonna be a gamer?
Well, I've been playing some games with my nephew. Y'all know I play Fortnite with my nephew. I talk about it here often, and so I think I'm just gonna stream some of our matches or whatever, just to you can see how much I suck. He is.
Everybody else does it.
Yeah. So I mean, just one more avenue for you to entertain that we could do. We could also, I think, stream this to Twitch. I think I just haven't figured that out yet. So let's get into some of these comments. Still, people that have joined us here live. Allie is here of Alexandria's Sweet Treats and Creations. Allie, hi and yay! Yes, yay. Let is here. Hi, Let. She says hi, my Catsy. And Carlitos. Thank you. There we go. I was like, what about me? Yeah. Steve says, what up, guys? Hey, cheers. Hey, Steve. Cheers to you, Steve. I'm on a Stella kick, guys. Stella's been really good. Maria is here. Hi, Maria. Aaron B. Welcome back. Where you been, man? Missed you a couple of weeks. Aaron B says, hey, fellas. Foxy Roxy in the house. She says, hey, guys. She let me know. She just kind of pops in real quick and then she listens later. Totally fine. We love that. Aaron B says, do wrestling impressions. What am I?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go. I don't know. You want me to give you a wrestling impression? I'll give you one, you dumb son of a bitch. Amy says, welcome back, cousin. She says, Catsy, yes, welcome back to Double A. Jeremy in the house. What up, Germs? Germs in the house. Jeremy, congrats to your Saints. I wish y'all luck. I'll be rooting for the Bucks probably because of my boy Tommy, but, hey. Cat's been posting Double A's been posting the football winners last week. I think you're gonna do the same this Sunday, probably, right? Yeah. Very cool, guys. Don't forget, we don't just because we love geek culture, pop culture, doesn't mean we don't love sports too, because we do. So it's all in there. Who else in there? Amy says, love the live recording sign. Yes, that was created for us by Mario Delgado at Authority Comics when we were recording there with him. He put that up so that way he wouldn't get bothered. Amy did a crying face. I don't know why she's crying. Aaron says the freaks come out at night. Indeed they do. That's probably in reference to our creatures of the Friday night. I'm no pro, but I loved every second. Awesome, cool. Jeremy says, hit me up. I'll help y'all out. I guess if we need some more hosting. Yeah, maybe. Jeremy, you gotta help us with a rap episode. You gotta hit us up and give us like some updates. Like let us know like what's what in the world of hip hop when we're not filled in on the current events. Chelsea's here. That's Foxy Roxy's sister. Chelsea, what's up, Chelsea? Appreciate you being here. And Aaron B says, love it. I hope that's to our impressions. Yeah, guys. So Double A, what happened, man? I mean, obviously our little miniature thing, but besides that, anything in the world of pop culture, news, adrenalize me.
So many rumors right now. One of the biggest rumor right now is Chris Evans coming back. Maybe he's saying no, but just a whole flood of rumors going around.
Yeah, I saw his Twitter where he was like, news to me. Yeah. But, huge news.
Another rumor real quick, Charlie Cox. They're saying he wrapped up on Spider-Man 3 already. I was like, ooh.
If you know Charlie Cox from the Daredevil series that was excellent on Netflix, in my opinion, my Daredevil, the Daredevil.
Well, they say that's what's funny, Sam, is that Kevin Feige keeps coming out and saying that they're more than welcome to be in the Marvel Universe. I think they just canceled the Netflix just to cancel it. I think they might be bringing those back once they get the rights back, which I think they already did. Yeah. If it's true that they already signed up Charlie Cox, he's going to be in Spider-Man, then yeah.
Every one of those shows was pretty good. I watched all of them. I know Iron Fist caught a lot of heat. It was my least favorite, but it wasn't a terrible show. Yeah. It just
interesting story. Danny Rand has an interesting story.
Iron Fist, I think, is a cool character.
It is. He got a lot of shit. The casting got a lot of shit for it. I don't know why. He is American.
I mean, I just think that maybe
he's not an Asian dude.
Yeah,
Iron Fist is not. Yeah,
an Asian dude. That's kind of what's his thing, is that he was a white dude or whatever. Yeah, so I don't know. I wish they would have got more into him and Luke Cage thing, the Heroes for Hire stuff. That was very cool. I admittedly didn't watch the one season, which was all of them. I didn't watch
the Defenders.
The Defenders. So, guys, but that'd be really cool. I know some of this we don't post to our page, and you're like, well, you're a pop culture podcast, why not? Because I feel like a lot of this news is covered by Comic Book News, Screen Rant, IGN. Yeah. You've literally seen it by the time it gets to our page if we don't get to it. So we'd like to talk to you about it with you right here. We will post some of that stuff sometimes, but I know I missed like the Deadpool thing being rated R.
Honestly, I don't like posting rumors. I
Right.
don't like to post it until it's true.
Yes.
I don't want to just post it and be like, that sucks. You know.
No, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Because I know we went back and forth on like the Spider-Man thing.
Yeah.
They weren't they. We still don't know.
We still don't know, really.
So,
yeah.
Foxy Roxy's here. She says Iron Fist was pretty terrible, at least the first couple of episodes.
I'm not doubting you guys. I'm pretty sure the show was terrible, but I'm just saying maybe the Iron Fist character is a pretty cool character.
Yeah, I agree. And I liked the girl that was in it. She was really great and strong, and she came out in Game of Thrones also. I know they're both Game of Thrones alumni, but she was really good. She added something to the show, I think, that it made it worth watching.
Yeah. I mean, I know right now they're just all trying to get their rights back. I think the only one they're really missing is just Namor.
Oh, that would be awesome.
But I think that's it.
Who has that right?
Universal, which is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Random.
Yeah, so Ghost Rider is back with Marvel, as is Jessica Jones, Punisher, Luke Cage.
At this point, just let it go. If you're Universal, right? I'm like, you're not going to do what they're doing. It's like, do you think you're going to do a solo Namor movie without the Marvel Universe?
Yeah.
Like, it'll blow balls. So
yeah.
We got a comment here from Chelsea who says, off topic, I'm excited for the new Mortal Kombat movie. I really hope it's good. I've seen the YouTube series, which was rad. Yeah, Chelsea, I saw some of those still photos that came out, and it's so funny you mentioned that. My mom was just asking about that before I left the house. She said, hey, do you know about the new Mortal Kombat? And I said, yeah, I've been seeing some people already posted it in our Friday Night Faithful Facebook group.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I think that was Friday Night or Vanessa.
I love Mortal Kombat. Cool. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, it looks really cool. That Sub-Zero picture looked really, really awesome.
Chelsea, if you're really into that, you should check out the series on Street Fighter that I think was on YouTube, right? Correct?
Street Fighter V?
The one with the live action one?
Oh, yeah. I saw that
YouTube,
one too.
right?
Yeah, I believe it was on YouTube.
Man, I can't remember. I had bought the DVD a long time ago, and I don't know where it's at.
Yeah.
But it was a really cool. The Ken and Ryu characters, the guys who dress up like it, were really badass dudes. And look it up. It's like Street Fighter live action. It was huge. It was very popular.
Yeah, that one is great. I think it's based off of what they call the Street Fighter V series, which was
Kuma, right?
Yeah, that was like the coming up. That's when Ryu's like learning the Hadouken and all that, the Hado, and it was like, I mean, it was super badass.
Yeah.
And speaking of that thread, I don't know if anyone saw on Netflix, like they released like the Japanese X-Men and the Japanese Wolverine.
Yeah,
it's you got to read the subtitles, but man, the art is in fucking incredible. Like the animation is so dope.
I think they even have one of X-Men too.
Yeah, they're both
style.
on there. Yeah, they're both on Netflix now, so they're pretty cool. I looked at a little bit of episode 1 of the X-Men, which just looking at it for just the action, it's like, I know you're a big Dragon Ball fan, so that kind of stuff is there.
They kind of look more like Ninja Scroll.
Yes,
right.
like that with the sharper jaws and the pointier nose. Yeah. But the way they fight and seeing Wolverine's claws and everything, like you're like, damn, they draw Beast so awesome. Like where you're like, Beast looks cool.
But I am super excited with Mortal Kombat. I don't know if they're going to start off with Sub-Zero. Does anyone know where it's going to start off? Is it going to start off with that? Because I know he's kind of the one that gets brainwashed by Shang Tsung, I believe.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. That's
because him and Scorpion are like the two main adversaries, right?
Yeah, that's right. So, I mean, it'll be cool. I'm looking forward to it. So that'd be something really excellent.
As long as it's better than part 2.
Yeah.
And I thought was good. I thought the original was good. The fight teams were great.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Yeah. The Sub-Zero and the Scorpion look cool. I thought they looked. That's who you wanted them to get right,
Yeah.
And I think it's going to come out straight to streaming, right? We're going to get to watch it right away. I think there's not going to be like a theater release on that Mortal Kombat.
Don't do theater right now. It's way too dangerous right now.
Guys, we just had our little scare last week, so we're good on being safe again. So totally.
WandaVision. Just premiered today. First 2 episodes. Yeah. Guys, it is a fucking trip. You're talking about a very strong mutant that can do whatever the hell she wants. In the comic books, she even creates like kids that her and Vision have, which like turns out they're not real. It's just figments of her power. Because obviously she can't have kids with an android. And that's kind of like one of the first breaks that you see in Wanda, is when she realizes the kids are not real. So WandaVision is going to be all over the place. Supposedly supposed to start off the whole next phase of what's going to happen in the Marvel Universe.
Very Inception-y of her to do that. In the comic books, guys, she's a mutant. They have not yet introduced mutants to the Marvel Universe yet. So this is kind of
They haven't even done the word mutant.
Right, they haven't even said the word mutant. Yeah, they don't say the word adamantium in the Marvel U, but now Fox, they got all the Fox stuff. So they can say it. It was vibranium. But in the comics it's a little bit different. But yeah, Scarlet Witch, Wanda, Maximoff, very, very powerful. I already watched. I know you're not caught up yet.
No.
And guys, no spoilers. And I'm not going to give any spoilers right now because I think we'll definitely talk about this. But yeah, WandaVision was very cool. The first two episodes, I loved it. I can't wait to rewatch them. I watched them on my phone, which is not as great. I want to watch them on my TV.
Yeah.
I'll check those out with Jess later.
How long is it?
45. I think that
Okay,
the idea that Mandalorian sweet spot really excites
That's
people.
great. Yeah.
That 35,
It's
45
good. It's
minutes,
perfect.
everyone loves
Perfect.
that. You
Yeah.
feel like you're not committing that
Nope.
much. You're like, yeah, it's quick.
Nope.
You know what I mean? So
That's why I love Cobra Kai, man.
yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly. Dude, they
Sweet.
nailed it with
Yep.
that. Nailed it with that. Steve says, love the show, bro. Thanks so much, Steve. Man, we love you too, man. And Joe says, I watched the first episode.
Yeah.
Joe, I'm eager to hear
Yeah.
your thoughts and opinions. Also, since Joe is here, Joe, I want to say a thank you who turned me on to the Tubi app, Tubi.
Yeah, same here.
I got
Same
on
here.
there today and I checked out. I was actually watching the first episode of the first season of G.I. Joe, the original.
Ooh.
And I was just having a laugh because I was like, wow, some of this stuff I forgot. Like, just the classic snake jokes and like the good guys being overly good guy. Like I'm like now watching it as a grown up, I'm like,
I know.
you know what? I really liked
It's
Cobra
corny.
better. Like
I
Cobra is
know.
way better than you. Y'all suck. But yeah, there were some. I think there's Joe said the Transformer effect on there too. So it's got commercials, but it gives you like a big gap without
Yeah.
commercials.
Speaking of binging, man, ever since I got HBO Max, I've been binge watching Batman the Animated Series like crazy.
I just went through and put in all my favorite episodes. I added them to my list.
So I saw all the Riddler episodes, all the Scarecrow episodes.
Awesome.
I even saw the Clock King. I don't know if you guys
Yeah,
remember
the
that.
Clock
That
King
one's
is cool.
fucking cool.
Yeah.
I even dipped my toe into Batman Beyond, a little bit of Batman Beyond too, because I liked Batman Beyond. I thought it was a cool cartoon, cool concept. So it was very cool.
I didn't
Very
realize how long those seasons were. They were like 60 episodes,
I didn't
right?
realize that either.
Because I was looking at it how it was broken down on HBO Max, and when I got to season 3, it was really that new art, and I was like, "What?
Yes,
no,
yes.
that's not how it was."
Yeah.
Because there was a whole bunch of episodes. But then I realized I was going down. But yeah, I marked Heart of Ice, Tiger,
that one, yeah,
Christmas
the
with
Mr.
the
Freeze.
Joker,
Yeah.
the Ninja ones. I love the Ninja ones. So Batman the Animated Series on HBO Max, which HBO Max has a wealth of shit. It's really great. I mean, I think it's worth it.
It is. I've even been doing I'm a huge fan of like old movies, so they even have like Turner Classic Movies. So that's pretty damn cool. And then if you saw CM Chuck's, last week's episode, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, that's on there too.
Yeah.
It's under the Adult Swim section. You have that too. I was like, wow, nice.
Yeah, and if you're a horror fan, they have the classic. I talked about this in our Halloween episodes, but the Hammer horror films, Christopher Lee's Dracula. You can watch those there.
Speaking of that too, on YouTube, they say today they're releasing the original Dracula. They're going to be releasing the Universal ones on YouTube for free.
Commercial free?
I don't know if it's commercial free, but you can see the movies on YouTube. But starting today, it's going to be Dracula, the old one.
Wow, that's pretty badass.
Pretty cool. I don't know how they got Universal, but they did. So.
I hadn't heard that. That's very cool. I mean, what a bigger platform than there is YouTube.
Right.
Which, again, where we are also at as well, if you want to watch this again later. This one will be later in the month.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's read up the last of the comments here that came in. Joe says, yo, Joe. And Roxanne says they have some good horror on Tubi. Okay, cool. Okay, good to know, Roxanne. And then Roxanne also says, me too, Kat and Jonathan Holt. I think we're talking about the movies. And Joe says,
me and John actually talked about this the other day, about how it's going to start catching up on the DC movies.
Yeah.
Finally.
Oh, okay. They're all in there on
Finally.
HBO Max. Yeah, so there's so many. Let me know which ones you watch, and I'll try to watch
the one that John told me to check out first before anything else is Flashpoint. So I'm probably going to start off with Flashpoint.
And that's funny because that's when I've seen it actually. Somebody loaned me that
John
one.
told me you should see it, so that's my first one.
Okay, I'm gonna go do a rewatch.
Did you ever see the Batman Beyond Return of the Joker?
No, I haven't seen
that one.
Okay.
The shit that he does to Tim in that one is fucking nuts.
Okay.
He tortures Tim Drake bad.
Nice.
Joker.
Nice. I gotta check that one out.
So,
it's on there? It's on
yes.
HBO Max?
Yes.
Okay.
Batman Beyond Return of the Joker.
Very cool.
Ooh,
very cool. I'm definitely gonna check that out.
I don't know if you've ever been a fan of Terry McGinnis. The Terry McGinnis.
I didn't watch Batman Beyond. I was a little bit older, but I was never against it. Like everyone that got into
check it out.
I thought the costume looked cool. Thought it was cool that Kevin Conroy's the voice,
Yes.
right, of the older Batman.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
that's cool.
Check it out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good episodes, so check it out.
I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah.
All the rumors, people want to see Michael Keaton as the older Batman and make a.
When they said that, I was like, wow. 'Cause
Batman
I was a
Beyond.
big fan of Batman Beyond. So
I'd watch that. It sounds
I was
cool
like,
to me.
I was like, cool, man. Michael Keaton being the old Batman.
Yeah.
I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously
Yeah.
he's older, so you get him older and you do
And
that.
it'd be cool to introduce Terry McGinnis too to the fucking world of DC.
Who do you cast? Who do you cast?
Oh man, for Terry.
See that Robert Pattinson one would have been good. I saw him looking in shape. They showed he shaped up. So
he would have been.
That would have been.
He would have been.
I would have worked with that.
I don't know. I don't know. That's a good one. Robert Pattinson would have been good though, but I don't know. They need someone kind of young though, like in his 20s. I would say now.
Okay.
Yeah, because Terry was still in high school.
Oh, okay.
He's doing
You're
this.
like a really young. Really young.
But, I mean, he's already kind of
that.
like getting. Like it's like senior year almost.
Okay.
To where he's gonna become like a man.
There's somebody out there. They get somebody good. You know what I mean?
But Terry's a cool character. I like the Batman Beyond character. It's cool, and he's been in the DC comics a few times here and there. So,
yeah, I'm down to check it out. Down to check it out. All right, let's lead a little bit here.
Roxanne, you've been watching it too.
And John says C-Lab 2021, which is a great one. That's on HBO Max. I'm assuming is what you mean there, John. It seems like HBO Max got some of the Adult Swim stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Not all of it, but they got some. Because I was like, I'm a huge fan of Cowboy Bebop, but it wasn't on there.
No, it wasn't on there?
It wasn't on there. I was kind of like, I got the whole series down here.
Nice. I need to watch that sometime.
So I was like, damn it.
What's the primary character's name in that?
Spike.
Spike?
Yeah.
And is that the one that bashed the Stampede?
No, that's Trigun.
Trigun, okay.
Yeah.
Did you watch that one?
Yes, I did. That one's a badass cartoon too.
Okay. See, we need somebody in here to help us out when Double A does an anime episode. Jeremy, maybe if you're available, I know you're up on your anime.
To kind of give you like a little spoiler, Spike is a former hitman, mobster.
Oh, okay.
About the Red Dragon cartel.
Okay.
And
it already sounds cool.
He fakes his own death so he can leave
Get out
lifestyle, and he ends up becoming a bounty hunter with a former cop.
Oh, nice.
So that's like his best friend is like a former cop. So it's a cool cartoon. It's very jazzy.
It's a good plot.
So it's pretty damn cool.
So. It's not hard for me to get into anime. I start watching it, and then I'm totally invested. So, Steve says, I owe you a couple of brews. No, you don't, Steve. You don't owe me anything ever, but I'll definitely drink beer with you. You know what I mean? So that's for sure. He says, hopefully Double A can join us. Yeah, you love this guy. Let me tell you. Y'all start talking music, and you won't even need me there. Roxy says, Flashpoint was awesome. I agree. I remember, I think
okay, so that's 3 awesomes. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see here. Joe says, Mark Hamill is the ultimate Joker. No denying, I won't deny that.
Oh, no.
Mark Hamill is excellent as the Joker. Justice League Dark movies are great as well. Okay, I have heard that. That's good to know. The Twilight Wolf Kid for Terry.
I think he's a little out of shape now.
Yeah. Cowboy Bebop is amazing, says Jeremy. Jeremy's ears perked up. Hey, Jeremy, I want to see you in that Godzilla tee. Make sure you send me a pic. Aaron says, what about Cinemax Late Night? Oh, now you're talking my language there, Aaron says. Zalman King's Red Shoe Diaries.
They took
Real
all
Sex.
that shit off. Is it on there?
No, I don't know. I don't have any Cinemax anymore.
Because
it was Skinemax, but no longer.
We used to watch Real Sex.
There you go. That used to be the one, right?
Yeah.
I love that meme. I think I've talked about it before with Bart. And he's laying on the bed. He's got the remote. He goes, me laying in bed with previous being Cartoon Network on the remote in case my parents come in, you know. Guys, we really appreciate all the comments. Please keep commenting. We're going to start talking about our topic for tonight, and then we're going to, at our 30 minutes, we're going to take a little moment, which we might be pretty close to that right now. We might be close to it now. We'll read some more comments. But of course, that we stay here on the Facebook Live throughout, and again, on the full show will be available on YouTube later on in the month, this episode, which will be the full episode. Jeremy also did say, if y'all do an anime up, I'll definitely send y'all some info. Cool, man. Maybe we can work something out. We'd have you here with us live. You know what I mean? So that'd be pretty rad too. Holty Bear says Taxi Cab Confessions.
Oh, I remember that one.
Definitely.
That was more Real Sex. That was always very interesting to me and my wife. We like this stories.
Very cool, very cool. There was too many that I can't even remember. I was usually watching like the B movie ones with like. They were like alien chicks, and they were like, they're having sex to get out of their predicament. So those are pretty fucking hilarious. Guys, tonight our topic is get right on into it. Let me adrenalize you, as you guys so often adrenalize me, like Double A. Well, you know what? Since we're close to the break, did you want to show? You had some stuff to show?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. So
that's my fault.
Our grab-ums for a week, it was only one. Finally it came out, is the Transformers Back to the Future issue
Oh,
2.
man, that took forever.
It did take forever.
That was episodes ago that you did issue 1. What happened? Was you read? Was there a hold up?
I don't know.
I'm waiting on Ronin, the Ninja Turtles one, issue 2, which has been months in between. You know.
Yeah, so it kind of shows how the Decepticons took over the future in issue 2 finally. So I kind of had to wait 2 months for it. So
That's insane. And let me show you guys this before we go to our quick break. So these are really, really rad. I think I showed you this before, but this is our most recent thing from Annie at Deuces Mercado. Yeah. So check this out, guys. This is just another Friday night credit card style bottle opener. Comes in black, and the other side is silver.
Oh,
and it's got our logo on.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know what? There's no better way to. You got one open?
No.
I was gonna say you got one.
She packed these up pretty good.
Yeah. Again, guys, Annie does amazing work. Deuces Mercado.
Okay.
I've got a beer open here, but let me show y'all how it works here. Let's see that there. There's no better way to test the product than to show you right here how it works. So, got your beer bottle. Set it on there. There you go. And then this fits right in your wallet like where one of your cards would go. But it's even more awesome because it's got our logo on it. And then everyone says, damn, where'd you get that cool bottle opener whenever you're at anywhere, barbecue or with family, or they're just like, damn it. And now, you know what I mean? You can't do, what do they say? You can't get into trouble if you've got a beer in each hand. So, yeah. But, guys, let me see. Almost at the point for our break here. I guess we could do it right now, right?
We can, yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to let that load in to our little system, and I'm going to see some more comments here. I think we read all the comments.
Joe said, Bunny Ranch. I love the Bunny Ranch. It's too bad he's dead.
I know.
Yeah.
I wonder, did they close down because of that?
Well, I don't know, but rest in peace, Dennis.
Yeah. Very cool. Where is the link to buy those so they can ship it to my house?
Okay.
You probably have to go to Deuces Mercado on
we
Facebook.
We are the UPS.
Yeah. So, I mean, let me know. Send me your address. I've sent Joe stuff. Joe, I don't know if I told you this, but I have your ornament. So, again, I can ship it to you or whatever. That came in. I don't think I have it in my bag. I don't think. Let me see. Maybe I do have it.
Oh, okay. All right.
But, yeah, Joe ordered an ornament. There was some issue, I think, with Annie getting his request. He didn't come in. She was worried about why it didn't come in, but, yeah. Right here, Joe.
Very cool.
Your ornament. So I know you did reach out to her, but you didn't get hold of it. This is a cool one. Neither one of us has this one because it's black on both sides. So we like yours better, Joe. You might not get it.
Fucking name.
But
you might get on my white version that I have on my tree.
There you go. Yeah, you guys. Hey, then it's owned by one of the get a little autograph on there. So yeah. Hit up Deuces Mercado or hit us up on a message, and then we'll forward it to Annie. And then if you need us to ship, I can send you that cost. Aaron mentioned that. Aaron B, I'm glad you're here, man. I missed you the last couple of weeks. Joe says he got his keychain. Yes, that's also another nice one, Joe. So if you enjoy that one, we appreciate you rocking that keychain. He says that is badass, though, in reference to the other one. Aaron also says that. Jeremy says, I've been rocking that hoodie, super comfortable. Yeah, man, I want to see we need some pics of that. Can you put some pics of that hoodie up, Jeremy? We need to put that on our Facebook and on our Instagram and stuff. Let me see what else here. Aaron says that dude died from so much Viagra. Jeez. He says, no ship, we'll hang. Yeah, man, we'd love to. I mean, Aaron says he got a shirt. Badass, thanks. Post pics, guys. Post pics of this merch. Joe, you did. I know you did. I appreciate that. So thank you so much. Yeah, I got too many beers here, and that's why I put this one back on ice. But, yeah, guys, I think we should be ready to get right into our topic of the week, our topic for discussion.
Which is brought to us by
the lovely people at...
Roxanne.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, guys, to get right into the topic, 30 minutes there, right, on just chatting with you guys, which we love. Might not be that long in the future, but again, we're trying to bookend between our topic and ending and talking to you guys. So, Friday Nighter Roxanne made a suggestion to us. She goes, you guys should do a best worst of 2020 episode. And we both were like, what the fuck? There was nothing good about last year. It totally sucked. But upon further review, we realized that we were wrong. And yes, guys, 2020, some people were saying the worst year in history. I don't know. There was years that there was like, different plagues and pandemics that were 100% lethal. So I don't know. You know what I mean? World War II, all that stuff. I'm sure there were
Oh,
worse
you're talking
years.
about that. Okay, worst year for my life. Put it that way.
Yeah, in our generation, I suppose it is the worst year. But yeah, guys, the year from hell, 2020. What did you hate about it? Did you love anything about it? What went good? What went bad? I know that we didn't make a list. We're not going to run down a list of things. We're going to talk about some things: movies, TV, comic books, music, other things that happened. Some of the things you can see are kind of referenced right back here, in our on our wall, as we like to do. Double A takes the time and effort to put up a wall that's kind of relevant to what we've been talking about. But sorry, Roxanne, I was managing two things here at the same time. Remember, so many hats worn here as a co-host and producer. Sometimes.
Yeah, so if you look at the back, you can kind of see. Yeah, it's full of comics, but if you look at the pictures, it's kind of like what happened like in 2020. Things we met, interviews we did, what we thought was the best comic storyline, what happened in music, shit like that. So we just kind of wanted to do that. So do you want to get started? Do you want me to get started?
I'll get started.
What do you want to get? What do you want to tackle?
I wrote a list, but I wrote it like this, and I just wrote like things I remembered from the year, and then I wrote good or bad next to it.
Okay.
So some things we haven't talked about at all yet. So I'm going to try to kind of start at the beginning.
All right.
But let me see here. Sorry, guys. The lighting, my list is not as clear as it normally would be.
Yeah, guys, if you have anything, what your favorite TV show was this year, what your favorite...
Take your time in the comments.
Yeah, what your favorite movie was this year.
Or even if something good, bad happened to you in 2020.
Did you meet someone by accident?
Yeah. Did you get a new job? You know what I mean? Did you,
Did your sons win at some sports? Daughters, did they win at something?
Let us know. Because what, guys? 2020 is over now. And I'm going to say this again at the end, but we made it. We survived. It's 2021 now, and we're going to make the best out of it. I love the meme or the picture I kept seeing on Facebook. It was Manu Ginobili, the back of his jersey, and Tim Duncan, and it was 20 and 21, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. And if those are your two favorite players, like our two favorite players from the Spurs, then, you can't go wrong with starting the year that way. So one of the things I have right off the gate, obviously it was good. We did a whole episode about it. The Last Dance on ESPN. That's kind of when the pandemic was starting, right, Double A? And we needed something to watch. Mm-hmm. And we're sports guys, and we love hoops. And we love that era of hoops.
Yes, especially that era.
You just went on a rant the other day in our private group about hating basketball today. And I don't blame you, because we recently had a blockbuster trade.
Real quick, because James Harden was bitching about Houston and about his situation in Houston. He pretty much said they suck, and they're not going to go anywhere. So he pretty much cried his way to getting traded to Brooklyn with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. So just like that, we have another fucking super team.
Must be a trend in Houston, because I know quarterback Deshaun Watson is from the Texas
crying.
Is crying too.
Yeah, and Anthony Davis did that shit like 2 years ago. Yeah. He cried and cried until they traded him to LA, and he won a title. Man, this era from The Last Dance, all the superstars didn't want to play with each other. They wanted to play against each other to show who had the superior team. That's what competition was about, not to join forces. Michael Jordan could have easily teamed up with Charles Barkley or Larry Bird or Magic Johnson.
He had the pull to get those guys there. He could have got Ewing.
Any one of them could have all said, hey, you know what, let's join up to beat Michael's Bulls. But they didn't. They wanted to prove who was the best.
And what makes that show rad, right, Double A, is that they talk about how, they did not like each other.
They hated each other.
I wanted to beat you. Yes. I mean, how many great memes did we get out of that? We know Jordan being like,
when he laughs at when he has the pad.
Yeah.
He's like,
or where he's got his hands like this. He's like, I took it personally. I'm like, damn. You're like, damn. He took it personally. That they're fucked. Yeah. They're fucked. Like, you're just watching the Titan, the GOAT of basketball, pretty much say he was motivated by nothing else other than winning. And he's like, no, it was like winning at all costs. When he lost, it was like you slighted him.
Sucked.
It was like you talked about his mom or something. It was like you stole money out of his pocket. He was insulted by that. He didn't like losing to the damn security guards at gambling at cards. Nope. He was like, I don't that's motivational, man. That's
we played pickup so many times in basketball. we're all close friends. Our group of people that we are close friends with, man, we almost come to blows with each other when we're playing basketball.
Yeah.
That's how much we want to beat each other. We
Yeah.
want to play. We don't. Me and Sam don't say we don't want to play with each other. We want to play against each other.
Right,
You
right.
know, it's-
There's no in video games the same way when we're playing
Yeah.
video games. You know what I mean? It was like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was fun to team up sometimes, but never as fun. Even we joke about it. We all love the Spurs. When we're rooting for the Spurs all together, it's great. But it's not quite as great as when we're all bitching at each other during football season
Oh
because
my
we
goodness,
all have different
football's
teams.
great.
And it's just
Yeah.
like now the fangs are out, the claws are out,
Yep.
and we're gonna go at you.
So Last Dance was great. It was a really great show. How many parts was it?
Because
I know I was so that was like
6 or 8, I think.
yeah, that was like the one thing I look forward to every Sunday.
Yeah.
It was like 8 o'clock Sunday.
And they were doing 2 episodes, remember?
Mhm.
So it was like you were like, yes, this
So
and this and this.
man, it was just great entertainment while this pandemic, was going on.
Mhm.
Really great, and it kind of reminded a lot of people about Michael Jordan all over again.
Yeah, taught the young
Yeah.
people about him or whatever. And I mean, for us, we lived through that time,
Mhm.
so we were all relishing it, and like we were just thought it was
So
cool.
I'm gonna
and-
tell you the truth. I was never a Bulls fan.
Mhm.
I've always been San Antonio. I
Yeah.
don't care. It's like how everyone licks Kobe's dick now. I didn't like the Lakers. I'm sorry, I didn't like them. Dirk Nowitzki is considered one of the all-time great players. I didn't like that
Fuck
motherfucker
Dirk.
either. So fuck him.
Yeah. You know what? I know we give a lot of
Look,
respect to
rest in
Elijah.
peace,
I hate the
Kobe.
fucking Rockets.
Rest in peace, Kobe. Fantastic player, great player. It sucks that it's one of the worst things that happened
Yeah.
last year, but
Yeah.
I was not a fan of this. I don't care.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of number 8 or 24. Okay, it was Spurs only. So,
Yeah, totally, man. And that's how you should. I mean, that's how I think you should be. That's your town. We have one team in this town, one professional sports team, and it is the San Antonio Spurs,
Mhm.
and it's Spurs till we die. Spurs. When people get a Spurs tattoo, I'm like, I don't think that's dumb. I think that's accurate.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's fucking great. You know what I mean? So yeah, 100% feel the same way. And again,
Great doc, though.
Great doc.
Great produced, great directing, everything.
If I said this on our episode, go back and listen to our episode, guys, which I called "Save the Last Dance." If you don't like basketball, it's still interesting. It's an interesting and well done documentary. Period.
it came out too on DVD. I almost came close to buying it
Yeah,
a few
I
times.
saw it. I saw it too. They got a really nice edition. I think at Target.
I might pick it
Yeah,
up.
I might
though.
pick that up too. Just
Yeah.
to come down a little bit.
I had the only thing is like I have like streaming the ESPN, so I
Right.
didn't see it.
Oh,
So
nice.
That's the only thing that
and
kind
it's
of
on
stops me.
Netflix too right now.
Yeah, that's
so.
the only thing that kind of stops me from actually buying a copy. So.
But good to know. You can stream it, guys, right now on Netflix, and you
Yeah.
can stream it also on
ESPN. I believe
ESPN.
it's on ESPN.
Yeah. So that's a good thing. One of the really negative things that we also did an episode about, a whole episode, and it was later in the year, but the passing of Chadwick Boseman, super fucking terrible. Like,
I mean, if you're a huge comic book fan like me and CMR, obviously it was cool seeing the Black Panther come alive. He made a shitload of people love Black Panther. Black Panther is like a C character, in the Marvel universe, and with the help of him and Marvel, it elevated Black Panther to a whole new level of popularity. I actually thought he was going to take the mantle of this new face. I thought he was going to be the leader.
that would have been
I
great.
was kind
That
of
would have
hoping
been
for
really
that.
great.
Yeah,
like,
I couldn't see anyone else but Cap that takes Cap's place.
Totally.
But Black Panther.
Totally. I cannot really reiterate what you said any better. That is really perfect putting it. I would love to have seen that too. When I saw him in Civil War, I was like, this guy's great. This guy's perfect. I had always in my mind.
So I thought they were focusing. I thought they were going to start focusing on him being the focal point of this new phase. So sucks that didn't happen. He passed away battling cancer for years that we didn't even know about.
In private.
And
pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know how he did it.
What everything that came out, guys, pretty much was like we said in our episode. R.I.P. R.I.P. King, rest in power, King. Is that. It seemed like he was universally liked and loved.
Mm-hmm.
There was no drama, no controversy, which some people might say, "Oh, that makes you boring." You're not like a Kanye West or somebody like that that's got all this like stuff around him. He was just like, it seemed like a genuinely universally liked guy. How often do you see or hear that? You don't really, especially in Hollywood. So there was that. He did his acting and all that stuff or whatever, and I've had a chance since to see some of his other films. I watched Get On Up. I watched The Five Bloods on Netflix from Spike Lee, and great stuff. I mean,
I know he started 42.
Yeah, yeah.
Brooklyn.
No, the other one.
21 Bridges.
21 Bridges. Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, all great stuff, great actor. And right now, his last film, I believe, is out right now on Netflix. The Ma Rainey's something or other, but it's out on Netflix right now. And I don't think that is his last work though, because I think they said he did do some voice work for the What If. I think that's what I heard. So we still have maybe a little bit left to come out of Chadwick for that. But man, same thing, guys. Wakanda Forever, Rest in Power, King, Chadwick Boseman. They have the character now. I know I always talk about Fortnite, but they created the salute. All the characters can do the Wakanda Forever salute, and they have this the skin there, the costume. You can look like the Chadwick Boseman Black Panther from the movie. Very cool.
I mean,
very sad though.
Yeah, very sad. Not just him, but we lost Neil Peart from the legendary drummer of Rush. Man, just considered the all-time greatest drumming. We lost him at the beginning of the year. Then we lost Eddie Van Halen at the end of the year.
Two rock gods, super band gods.
Yeah.
If there's a band in heaven, those guys are in it.
We lost the first James Bond. We lost Sean Connery this year. Old age though. I believe with him it was just old age.
Yeah, I think so.
But still, it sucked.
Yeah,
it just had to be in 2020.
One of the major deaths, and I'll talk about it a little bit later. But speaking of that, a universally loved person we talked about Brody Lee.
Yes.
Luke Harper from WWE, and then later Brody Lee in AEW. Also passed. The whole wrestling world came out again. Some universally loved. Also young. I think 42 years old.
Yes, he was super young.
It just was like wow. I mean, here was a guy that was a big athletic guy, intimidating.
Chad Gaspard.
Yeah, Chad Gaspard. Tragic. Yeah, saving his son's life. Yeah. I mean, how awful is that? It's like fuck. You know what I mean? Like that's awful. But to kind of switch back to some good things. Comic book stories. We've got it up right here. Probably the best comic book story we read this year.
So me and Sam kind of started getting back after we started pretty much convincing each other how much we love comics. And we started going back on Wednesdays, and they did a series on Juggernaut, which is really good. They did his origin story, the Maestro, of how the Hulk became this big-time tyrannical ruler of the future. And then they did this interesting story, the Three Jokers. And this setup right here is kind of the focal point of this storyline. This failed comedian, the Killing Joke, there's three Jokers, and you kind of find out who the hell is the real one? Who's been tormenting them?
Right.
Why have they been tormenting them?
Right.
So it was a very dark story. Great writing.
Yeah.
Great art. Me and CM both said this was probably our favorite storyline of 2020.
Definitely.
Was the Three Jokers.
Yeah.
From DC Comics.
It had enough elements of you kind of you didn't have to know, but because it's good on its own. But if you know Death in the Family, if you know Joker, if you know Killing Joke, it makes it that much better. You're like, oh, as a comic book guy, you're really like, wow, it's really, great storytelling or whatever tied together.
They pull so many from so many webs, connected together.
Yeah, the art of Jason Fabok is just excellent.
Super excellent.
I actually gave this to Friday Nighter Foxy Roxy as a Christmas gift because she mentioned in one of our episodes wanting to read it. So when we were out shopping together, I found a set for her at a great price, and I gave her that for Christmas. So I'm always happy to give out comic books, guys. So that was a really good thing.
So voted best comic storyline to us.
Yeah.
If you have a best comic storyline, let us know.
Yeah.
2020.
Did we miss something in 2020? Because of 2020 for Just Another Friday Night, that's a universal answer there. I know you didn't see this, but I saw it. Again, it was just kind of at the beginning of the pandemic when we were kind of all stuck in the house. But Tiger King, we talked about it a little bit on some of our pre-shows.
Shit popular for a while.
Yeah, it was the hottest thing at the beginning. Around Halloween, I saw the costumes were there hanging in the spirit store. But Tiger King was huge. And then we did our pre-show. We talked about Nicolas Cage potentially getting the role in the movie. They're gonna make a movie out of it. And
so basically, it's him that got sent to jail for conspiracy to murder?
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Yeah. His enemy, that bitch Carol Baskin, who, I mean, you got to watch it. There's all the characters are unsavory. It's like a Tarantino movie. They should get Tarantino to direct the Tiger King movie.
Oh, my goodness.
But an insane series on Netflix. It seemed like everybody was watching it. I was like, I'm not gonna watch this. I watched one episode and I was like, I absolutely have to see what happens next. It's like the characters. It's a true train wreck. It's so bad, it's good. And I didn't think that was possible with that, but definitely was possible. And there it is, the Tiger King, guys. It's there.
Okay. Would you say that's the best Netflix produce of 2020?
I don't know, because what hand did they have? They had some hand in the Last Dance. And I would say that was the best.
Okay.
I think they had a hand in. That's why it was like
well,
on
not
Netflix.
Sports,
So.
not sports.
Not sports.
Like just
yeah.
just I guess a
I'll say that. Yeah. Okay. Where it was like, what I'll do is I'll actually test the water. I'll watch one and be like, it has to really hook me in.
Yeah.
And that one definitely hooked me in. Where I was like, it's like, and you binge because you're watching 1, 2, 3. Like, what the hell happens next to these crazy ass people? You know what I mean?
Cool.
So yeah, definitely. If you get a chance, if you're willing to indulge yourself.
Probably not.
I know. Okay, let's go to something else here. And again, I think we're kind of focusing on the best, guys, because you know what?
There was a lot
of bad. So
we all lived through it. So we really don't need to mention it.
Yeah, we may mention some things and some things we may split on, but I mean, mainly we're focusing on the good things because we want you to remember that not everything in 2020 was totally fucking terrible. So, right here, The Boys Season 2. Another thing we did an entire episode about because it was so fucking good.
CM, to me,
we had a hero-gasm watching The Boys Season 2.
To me, CM, this was the best show for me of 2020.
Ooh, that's a bold statement.
Yes, I know it is, and I thought long and hard about this. But I just, you know what's been going on in the world of politics and everything that's been going on with people, how split they are in politics, this show made the perfect fucking sense of everything else that was on there.
No sophomore slump.
No.
Better than season 1.
Yeah. Anthony Starr just fucking eats it up. Every scene up. Guys, watch it. If you want depraved, if you want crazy, look at Homelander.
Guys, Barack Obama says in his favorite shows, screw whatever your politics are. It's a president saying he likes a pop culture comic book based show based on a comic book by one of our favorite writers, Garth Ennis. The Boys is not to be missed, man.
I thought, I don't know, it's not at all like the comics, but man, they got that feel, they got that tone. That I just thought captured The Boys really well.
Well, your boy Eric Kripke from Supernatural, highly involved, right? Showrunner, I think.
Yes, and I'm glad it wasn't Seth Rogen that was involved.
No, me neither. I know that they executive produced,
but Eric Kripke is the one that's running the show, and I'm glad he is. That was for me the best show of 2020. I could not get enough. We had a really great episode on Hero-gasm. On that, especially like our last 30 minutes. We get really, really deep into The Boys, what it means to us, what we think it means. That maybe Garth Ennis was trying to show us.
Definitely. Definitely. There's definitely a message, a strong message in The Boys, and it's a great, smart show, but still has humor, still has action.
Dark humor, regular humor.
Girls get it done, guys. So that's The Boys. So, I'm gonna
What about you, Sam? What was your favorite?
My favorite show was The Mandalorian.
Okay,
that's why I got,
and that's why I said that was my struggle.
Yeah.
Between that and Mandalorian.
Yeah, I got a chance to wear another Mandalorian t-shirt. I did not think that season 1 could be surpassed because that's really what happens, guys. How often is the next season better? Or maybe in shows that is a trend where it's always better. It's movies more where the sequel sucks. Yeah. But shows tend to get in that type of show.
They have about a 5-year lifespan where it's really, really good before it kind of starts going down.
Like I felt like Game of Thrones kept getting better. You know what I mean? For me, the highlight on that show was season 7. But for a long time, season 2 was my favorite season with the Battle of the Blackwater.
Yes.
But no, man, The Mandalorian, I cannot say enough how much I loved on every single episode. I listen back to our episodes, guys, after we do an episode, and I hear make the stuff that I forget, the order I got out of the episodes, but whatever. We digress. That's why you're here to correct me. So anyway, but despite all that, I mean, it just was a true love. Like, I was like, my God, this show is so damn good. I watched every episode twice. I watched every episode twice of The Boys also, though. That would have been, if The Mandalorian season 2 wasn't in 2020, it would have been The Boys for sure. But guys, Ahsoka Tano, the mention of Grand Admiral Thrawn, just your geek, meter, your nerdgasm, whatever you want to call it, whatever. You're just, you know what? You're just your Star Wars fan. Your Star Wars fan just comes out, man. Full on lightsaber, and it was excellent, man. And then you get that. What a more perfect ending, that cherry right on top at the end of The Mandalorian season 2. Yeah. Maybe that's why we're bathed in green right now. Maybe. You know what I mean? The glow of a familiar Jedi's lightsaber. Very, very fucking excellent. Here's something that we haven't discussed, and I want to discuss with you. We got about 10 minutes before our next break. I don't know if the 10 minutes is going to be enough, but we'll start. December 25th. HBO Max, a movie that we've been waiting for. Wonder Woman 84, WW84. People asked us if we were going to talk about that. They asked me, I think they asked you. We said we did not think we could do a whole episode on it. We could have,
No, because I kind of want to save this kind of down for like a future episode where we kind of dissect all the
DC, the new DC.
So we just kind of I just asked you, maybe we can do like a 10-minute review or 5-minute review, just whatever, but really dig deep later in the months that follow.
Wait a minute. Life is good, but it could be better.
Man, I loved Wonder Woman 84.
There it is.
I loved it. It had an over-the-top 80s villain and Pedro Pascal with Maxwell Lord. Just over-the-top. I mean, everything was 80s. I'm a big comic book lover. It had a comic book storyline. Okay, I mean, even Kristen Wiig kind of had that Catwoman kind of like story from Batman Returns. You know, like I said, Pedro Pascal, man, he's just so good in Wonder Woman 84. Didn't you think so?
I think we realized he's just so good. Well, that line did stick in my head.
But I mean, he's just like a scumbag, like just a pure scumbag in that movie, you know?
You see, I needed to hear your review so that I could like appreciate it more.
I loved it. From, you thinking he's this fucking millionaire, and then he goes to his office and he doesn't have shit. He's just a fucking low-life scumbag, you know?
WW84 has its own history already, right? Yes. But I watched it like the day of, like Christmas Day, so I didn't read no reviews. Okay, I watched it like after Christmas breakfast with my girlfriend's family, and we all put it on, and then like I guess we were so tired from the night before, midnight gifts, whatever, and everybody fell asleep except like my girlfriend. I fell asleep, but I got maybe like 15, 20 minutes in. Okay, so I was like, no, I gotta watch the whole thing. So we have a viewing. My mom wants to see it. Me and my mom, my sister, see me and my girlfriend sitting around again. We watch it. I get a little bit further, but I fell asleep. I was like, okay. But from what I had seen in both those times, I was kind of like, what's going on here? Like, I was like, I'm not liking this. I was like, this is like, I was like, it seems like, I'm like, is it meant to be like hokey? Like, she was the beginning mall scene and the sorry criminal dialogue. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I was like, this just feels like bad writing to me. So I was like, all right. So the other night, because I knew we were going to do this episode, I was like, I need to watch it the entire way through. Like, I need to watch, because it's not fair for me to talk about it. I wouldn't do that to that. And then that second viewing, I caught the end, like the last 10 minutes. And I was like, and again, too, I was like,
you're lost.
What's going on?
Yeah, you're lost. Yes.
I was like, okay, so again, I watched it. All right. Now, in this third viewing, an almost full viewing, I guess you could say, I mean, it was, but again, I was still like kind of impartial by the other parts I'd seen. Because, like those parts I'm not watching as intensely because I saw them already. But I'm like, okay. Like, I'm like, so when they did the invisible jet, I was like, okay, I missed this the first time. Out, man. I was like, I thought that was kind of cool.
I nerded out. Yeah. I was like, shit, they brought back the invisible jet.
Because at first I was like, what is she doing? And I was like, are they going to make this work? Yeah. And I was like, oh, this kind of works. Yeah. I was like, all right, that's cool. I resaw the first fight with her and Christian Wiig, and I was like, this was a good fight. This should have been the end fight. Yeah. That fight was much better. Pedro Pascal was making me laugh. And then I was able to kind of connect the dots with the plot, but I still was not happy with that plot. And I was like, "What's going on?" I was
It's
like,
a comic book plot. It's not a
100%.
really great. It's not a great movie comic book plot, but
No.
I loved it because it was something straight out of a comic book. He gets his stone that grants wishes. He fuses with the stone, so obviously he starts becoming like a stone. He wants everyone just to make wishes.
Yeah,
That's its goal. That's what that rock's purpose is. It's just to grant wishes. And the more and more he's getting more influence, but his body's breaking down more and more. So at the end, he's trying to I don't know. He's trying to pop everything. The stone's taking over, and it's just too much for him. And he tries, it's weird. It's over the top, but I liked it. And man, Gal Gadot, she is so fucking hot.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about her, but she just looks stunning. She's gorgeous.
Absolutely. No doubt there. In my house, the second viewing, everyone sat around, and that was one thing my sister was she was kind of a little bit flat on the first one. She was like,
See, that's what I was.
But yeah, that I felt like that too. I was like, it's good, but it's not as good as they're saying.
Everyone says that the first one is so superior. And I just like this one because, like I said, it's set in the 80s. Mm-hmm. Maxwell Lord is just that, 80s villain. Mm-hmm. It's so over the top.
Yeah, I thought Kristen Wiig was really good throughout.
I liked
the
her
whole
too.
way. She was.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't think I could take you seriously because you're so funny.
Her too.
But no, she didn't play the dorky character too dorky. When she was in danger, I felt her danger. When she was helping them, I was like, oh, I don't want to see y'all not be allies. In fact, on my third viewing, I almost was like a little bit pissed off with Gal Gadot with Diana's character because I was like, oh, you're being kind of a bitch, is what I was thinking. I was like, oh, you're like being rude and the way she talked to her and stuff. I would have been like, fuck you, you know what I mean? Like, we're both scientists or whatever the fuck they were. So it was like, I was kind of like,
she's a scientist.
Right.
Cheetah.
Yeah.
She is.
But whatever, she worked in the museum or whatever.
But, I mean, obviously Diana knows what these artifacts are. So that's what helps.
But I felt like that, it didn't make sense for her to be talking down to her like that. I was like, hold on now. I'd be
it kind of shows her, like I guess how cold she's been ever since Steve Trevor, died.
Right.
So obviously she doesn't want to get close to anyone. That's kind of like the main thing that they showed.
Yeah.
It's like she really didn't want to be focused on anyone. She didn't want to be friendly with anyone.
And that was the other part of the plot that bothered me. It was like, I was like, okay, I get it, a wish thing. She would wish for that. But I was like, and he was good. Chris Pine was great.
Yeah,
he was once again Steve Trevor. I was like, okay, good. You're playing it again. You've got this rolled out in. But I was like, how did you come back and why are you in another body?
See, that's
and
the thing people hated. I had a conversation with Roxanne. That's the thing people hated. They didn't like that even though he was in the body, she was still, I guess, having sex with the other body.
Right.
And they're saying that was kind of rape on the part of DC, bad writing, rape, so-and-so. And I was like,
well, because she's raping that guy's body?
Yes, because even though Steve's in there, it's still another guy's body.
Well, not only that, but where is his consciousness?
That's the thing, too. Like, I thought that was kind of like bad. That's like the only thing I can think of that was bad that I agreed on was the bad writing on that part. They should have just said, if you wish for Steve, then he should have just came back.
Appeared, right?
Yeah, don't come into some other person's body. That didn't make sense. I was like, was he supposed to be a reincarnation of a Steve? Was he supposed to be like a bloodline relative? I don't know. Now in that point, it's like play into my. You don't have to explain too much. It's like 1 minute I was gone, and the next minute I'm here. Like that's all you got to say. Yeah. You don't have to go into now that whole body chain thing. I was like, you just didn't even need that. Like no, you really didn't.
I did like when Lord tells him, he's like, what do you want? You want to be a real boy? I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. Oh, excuse me.
But see, and you know what? I don't have too much hate about the movie. I liked it. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good pace. I actually thought the first Wonder Woman was slow. Yeah. I liked this pace. It was more comic booky. What I liked, you had a classic Wonder Woman villain, Cheetah. So
I did like that.
I liked it. Maxwell Lord, Pedro Pascal was great as Maxwell Lord. I hope he comes back.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. He didn't,
he was a big scumbag.
He had an Asian son, and I thought that was not explained. I was like, what's going on here? They couldn't have got a Latino kid? Like, it kind of bothered me in that sense. I was like, what's going on here?
You can see a Maxwell Lord doing that, though.
Yeah. Guys, normally I put our commercial a little bit earlier, but I'm going to stick it in this part right here. So give us a quick second to take a quick break. If you're listening to us on the audio, if you're hanging out with us on Facebook Live, we're going to continue to be here, and we'll be right back. Guys, if you're still here on Facebook Live, we're still here. We're still talking Wonder Woman, and let's take a little break on talking Wonder Woman. I got more things to say about Wonder Woman. We'll come back.
Okay.
But let me read some comments here, guys. Looked like a bunch came in, and then we talked about a myriad of topics.
You went too far.
I went too far. Yeah. Okay, tell me when. Keep going. Bunny Ranch. All I see is Bunny
right
Ranch.
There.
Just kidding.
Right there.
Okay. Let's see. We asked about good things that happened to you in 2020. Roxanne says, I did not forget about you, Roxanne. I didn't know that Double A was going to hit me with the curveball of who gave us the show idea. She says, Foxy Roxy says, I met Amelia Kincaid from Night of the Demons, and as did you. And that seemed like a cool experience.
We went as a group. It was very cool, very super cool. Roxanne and my brother probably both popped more than I did. Especially my brother. He talked with her for about 40 minutes.
Yeah. Now, what about that, Double A? Celebrities doing that in this time, risky to them, risky to y'all.
Sure.
But you know what? People needed to come out. People needed to meet someone cool.
We're not talking about like Dwayne Johnson, The Rock here.
Right,
we're talking about Amelia Kincaid. If you're a super big cult horror movie, you know who she is. So it wasn't like there was that many people in line anyways, and it's outdoors. It's at Trader's Village. It was outdoors. Everyone had their mask on still. So, I mean, I thought it was super safe. It was super fun.
Kudos to Trader's Village, right? Because later on, they brought out Felissa
Rose.
Rose.
Yes.
My dad was so inspired, he didn't know who she was or her movie, that he went and watched Sleepaway Camp afterwards. He goes, I wanted to see her.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, in my dad's words, he liked her big tits.
Yeah, but she didn't have it there. She was just a kid in that one. Not now.
Not now. Yeah. Now she's a definitely attractive woman.
Yeah.
So Joe says, my favorite comment, Joe, you might be stealing the end of my show here, but he says, one of the good things was this group and podcast. Well, we're not going to disagree with you on that, Joe, so we appreciate that, man. Edge came back in 2020. That was badass, Joe. I do agree. He looked great, too, right? Great shape. Edge looked good. That match with him and Randy, where they're fighting in the performance center, was really good. It was a really solid match. I really liked it. I enjoyed it. Joe says he hated everyone that was not a Spur. Pretty much us, too. It was like, fuck off. Fuck your team. Fuck these Seattle Supersonics.
Yep.
I couldn't stop watching it when I first saw it.
Tiger King.
Last Dance. He barely started watching it.
Okay.
Yeah, he watched it recently. So,
because he said right there, Tiger King.
Oh, shit. Never mind. Maybe Tiger King. Yeah, that too. I thought you watched the Last Dance, Aaron B. Where you at, bro? I think Carol killed her husband.
Okay.
I think so, too. Roxanne says Carol fucking Baskin. Joe says Tiger King was the craziest shit. It was crazy how everyone got it. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, it was like everyone was in at once. Aaron says, what does a hero guys look like? Could you show us? Between you and Nene, I need to get you and Nene on something, man. I wish my boy Nene was here right now. But I guess you'd be like this, like, then you'd be like,
damn.
That's like my worst. Yeah. Joe says Cobra Kai's Netflix run. Well, Joe, now see, at first I wanted to tell you season 3 didn't come out till January 1st, but I think you mean it didn't come out onto Netflix until 2020, right?
What?
Season 1 and season 2?
Oh, okay.
So I think that's what he means when he says run.
Okay.
I will agree with you on that.
Okay.
I don't think I saw season 1 and season 2 until 2020. So,
yeah. Okay.
You were already invested, yeah.
Okay.
The Boys was great, Joe says. Just how much stuff we were being able to consume by being stuck at home. That's actually a good point. So how much time do we say we don't have time? We had nothing but time during the time of this.
Except those last. She's saying how.
Roxanne says except those last 3 episodes of Game of Thrones.
I liked it. I was fine with it.
I tell everyone this.
I didn't like that Dany died. Put it that way.
Yeah,
she was the one I was going for.
There was no ending that was gonna satisfy everyone. I wanted them to get married and have a baby that was a dragon, and I didn't get my wish either. So you know what I mean. But
sure.
Joe says, "Is Luke there?" Well. He's just hanging out over here, onto the right here. Aaron says, I heard Wonder Woman sucked. Aaron, you got to watch it
for yourself.
You got to watch it for yourself. You know what I mean? Don't listen to everybody else.
Yeah.
Joe, I agree with that one. Wow, Joe, I'm shocked. I thought you would be agreeing with me on WWE84, but okay. Like I said, Double A's opinion oftentimes convinces me of the good things about a movie. And again, I sat through the beginning and the end at least twice each, so... Aaron B says, I love scumbag characters. Anthony, what up? What up, Anthony? Anthony says, not enough action. I think he's referring to Wonder Woman, pretty sure. And he says, what's up, fellas? What up, Anthony? He says, the boys are back. Yes, the team is back together here tonight. Joe says, I think they could have done more with Cheetah, but I think she comes back.
I think she
Okay,
will.
cool.
I think she will.
Foxy Roxy says Gal is absolutely beautiful. She was stunning in the 80s outfits. Agree. Anthony says, oh yeah, the Mexican Pisto. Yeah, that's right. So Corona Light trying to go down tonight. Roxy says, I wasn't bothered by the Asian sun. It worked for me. I mean, I need a lot more explanation on that, but okay. Felissa Rose is so beautiful and funny. Roxanne says she actually worked Traders that weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was awesome, Roxanne.
Aaron B.I. says, yes, I watched Last Dance. It was awesome. Good. Glad to know, Aaron B. that you watched that one. And then he says, nice hero-gasm. I appreciate that, Aaron.
I'm sure you've had a lot of hero-gasms, Aaron.
I'm sure that you have. We're going to get right back into the regular recording portion here, guys. So bear with us while Yeah, we'll finish up on a little bit of Wonder Woman there. So.
All right.
Guys, thanks for hanging in there with us on the audio version. We come back from break. If you were with us on our Facebook Live, which we do every Friday night, you can join in live and comment, question, tell us about your favorite things of 2020. If you want to join us on Facebook Live, but if not, you just like listening to us on the audio version when you can at your own leisure, you can always do that. And again, this will later on be out on YouTube, and eventually this will catch up and be all on YouTube. But guys, we were talking Wonder Woman 84.
Actually, tell me what stuff you hated. What did you hate? What was the things that threw you off?
Okay, again, like I said,
that first full viewing.
The first full viewing, it was like I said, the beginning. Well, see, it was weird that I watched it the way I did because the parts that I missed, that I geeked on, were good. I was like, oh, I'm geeking on the jet and on like certain things. I was like, okay, this is kind of good or whatever, you know. But I did not like the Stu Trevor explanation or that happened.
I thought that was weak too.
Yeah. Some of the acting, like at first, like I didn't appreciate, like even Pedro Pascal's over the top.
The 80s though, because you know in the 80s it was just all over the top.
Right. But I kind of felt too like I was like, well, this. Here's my main complaint, and this is what I told my sister and I told my girlfriend. I said, in Wonder Woman, the first one, the moment ever, and this is what I love about a superhero movie. There's a moment where you're like, now nothing compares to what I posted recently, which is. Endgames and Cap gets Thor's hammer, goes at Thanos, and you know that clip I posted. You actually hear the crowd noise of the theater,
which was like that with those.
Yeah, and there's just moments that you geek. Now, you know, even for me in Justice League, which people hate, there's that moment. I love that moment when Kal-El comes back and he's there and he fights the Justice League, and that moment where he sees Flash and Flash looks at him, I'm like,
or he's actually seeing him.
That is fucking superhero shit right there.
I did geek out on that part too.
That's very dope. But everything needs a moment. Now, everyone hates Batman v Superman. But when Wonder Woman shows up in that scene, I'm like, oh shit, like that's the big three. That's the DC, that's the Holy Trinity. That you geek. In Wonder Woman, the original, for me, when she decides to go up on that hill and she goes and runs right at the Nazi forces, you're like seeing her in full badassery, right?
Oh, yeah.
This movie lacked that moment. There was no moment. I think that maybe they were trying to do it with the lightning and the flight. It just felt hollow.
You know what? I was going to say, I actually geeked out when she started flying.
Okay.
Because I was like, oh, wow, I didn't realize that in the first one she doesn't fly.
Right.
Because if you know Wonder Woman, one of the things is she can fly.
In fact, I forgot about that as one of her powers.
Me too. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, cool.
I geeked more on my third and like final and really only full viewing more with the invisible jet. Because I thought that was cool.
That too.
And I of course
just threw me back to Super Friends.
Yeah.
So
and that in Peace School. And I think they also tried to make the geek out moment her in the golden armor. And you know what? It's not totally the movie's fault because maybe if we would have saw it in theaters the day of or the next day, the weekend of, it would have felt different. Oh. But we'd already seen that damn gold armor on all the Dorito bags months ago.
You're right about that. I really didn't pop with that much. Mm-hmm. What I did pop though was during the mid credits. I popped.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was excellent.
I was like, wow. Okay, first off, they get Linda Carter back, which is super fucking cool. She still
give
looks
her a
great.
character.
And she still looks great. But then they give her that really badass, legendary warrior backstory. You know? So.
And then you're thinking back, you're like, oh, that was the one she's talking about. And you're like, that was cool.
That was fucking cool. So I geeked out. I also liked the beginning, too. The games. Their Amazon games. I like that too.
Yeah, it was okay. I didn't like how the story with the cheating thing, though, I was like, what's going on here? Like,
I
why?
mean, she did cheat.
Was that? Yeah, she did. But I was like, is that? What are they telling us about her character? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess, or like, you know what I mean? Like that's like I want to really love Wonder Woman Double A, but I feel like they don't make me love her enough.
Look, it's like we've always talked about. The thing why we really, me and you, don't really get into DC is because all their characters are super perfect.
Yeah,
right? We've said that before.
Right.
That's what kind of throws us off these characters.
Yeah.
We like Marvel characters because they have flaws.
Yeah.
They have weaknesses.
Some of our favorite characters are the most fucked up ones.
Spider-Man's biggest thing is he had the power, but he didn't stop that burglar that ended up killing his uncle.
Yeah.
That's always his like his
he was selfish.
He was selfish. You know, these characters don't have any of that.
Yeah.
You know, Batman's parents died when he was a kid. You know, yeah, obviously he wasn't going to stop it. That's like the only flaw. Maybe. I don't know. But DC's heroes are always perfect.
Yeah. Like, you love Wolverine. You excuse his murdering, but you don't excuse Darth Vader's murdering.
Oh. Well, he was a Jedi, okay? And their whole purpose is to keep peace and balance, and this motherfucker goes and kills younglings.
I was going to say, I knew you were going to bring out the kids thing. So...
whiny little bastard.
But I agree with you 100% that I feel like a lot of times you don't, and then they don't write it good, Double A, where they don't write it. I was like, make me love you,
but you know what, Sam?
Christopher Nolan made me love Batman.
Okay, but see, that's the thing though. I was never a big Wonder Woman fan, but I like these movies. I like how she's portrayed. It's cool to actually see a powerhouse woman.
Yes, no, I agree on that.
That's cool. Am I expecting anything out of these movies? No, I'm really not. I'm not expecting an Avengers. I'm not expecting a Dark Knight trilogy. I'm not.
But why can't these movies be as good?
She doesn't have the gallery.
Well, yeah, that's true.
It really
there's that too.
Yes.
You need to be as good as your best villain. You need in that first fight with her and Cheetah, she got her ass kicked.
Yeah,
I was like,
cool,
you got
right?
your fucking it was cool.
It was cool too, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
and I like
cool
that.
too.
I like that she wasn't like a cheetah yet in a way.
Yeah,
because that too. I thought that CGI was a little bit weak.
Well, that kind of threw me off too. I was kind of like, oh wow, they're actually making her a cheetah.
Yeah, but why did
because these
she's in a suit.
She's always in a suit. She's never actually
with the little ears.
Yeah.
I mean, like, go look at Alex Ross's art. Now, of course, Alex Ross draws her like the Super Friends one with the little ears. That wouldn't have worked.
And that's the original cheetah. This cheetah that we get is the third version. I have her first. I actually loved it so much that I actually bought her first appearance. That's her first appearance from 1987.
What does that go for?
I don't know, but I was able to snag it for 15.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
It was still very affordable, which I was happy with. Yeah. I was like, cool.
So you've had it for years?
No, I just got it after I saw the Wonder Woman.
Oh, nice.
Wonder Woman movie. I loved Kristen Wiig, how she did it. That I looked her up, and I was happy to find out that wasn't the Golden Age cheetah. You know, so I was able to get her first appearance for $15. It's from 1987. George Pettis does the art.
Gorgeous art.
Yeah, so
that man draws
I was able to get it, and I was pumped that I was able to get it because I liked what Kristen Wiig did with that character.
And you know what's kind of funny? Because of the terrible reviews, probably the prices didn't spike like they would normally on.
Maybe.
I bet when Cheetah was announced, I bet that book was way higher. It probably went down.
Maybe. But you know what's funny though is that
go get me a copy.
When me and my wife were watching the movie though, you know, when the wish part came in, obviously me and her both were like, okay, if you had a wish, what would you wish for?
Okay.
You know, and so you know, that's kind of what's cool what the movie did. It kind of made me and my wife talk like, what would you wish
Did she
for?
enjoy it?
Yeah, she actually did. She actually did. Yeah, she actually.
There were some people that gave me good reviews that liked it. That I was shocked that liked it. I was shocked that you liked it. I was shocked that John and Roxanne both liked it. I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'm dumb.
You know what? Pedro Pascal helped.
Yeah, definitely.
Gal Gadot just seems so much more comfortable in the Wonder Woman character.
Yeah,
you know,
the brighter costume looked neat. I thought that was neat.
It's always cool when you have Chris Pine. I like Chris Pine.
Oh yeah, I like him.
I like him in Star Trek.
Hell or High Water.
Yeah,
that was a great
oh
movie.
man, that was a great movie. Guys, if you ever see a good one, check out Hell or High Water. That's a really good fucking movie.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, I like Kristen Wiig. I'm a fan of hers too.
Oh, I love her. Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
I was fine with it.
But I will say this: we're doing best worst 2020. For you, is it on your best list?
Yeah.
For me, it is not. So we're split on that. I don't have a deep hatred for it. I'm not going to go write a bad review on Rotten Tomatoes. But for me, WWE 84, not on my best.
What's the rating would you give?
Out of 5?
10.
Out of 10? A 5.
See, I would give it a 6.5.
Okay.
That's why I would.
I wouldn't go that high, but okay.
I would give it.
I'm okay with 5.
Because I like Pedro Pascal. Man,
Oh, yeah.
he just ate up the
Excellent.
fucking scenes.
Yeah.
That
He
stupid
really do go
slogan.
wrong. Yeah.
How he turns around.
Life is good, but it could be better.
Yeah.
I did love that, and I keep saying that. I was like, so.
That's a great
Plus,
one.
when you're coming off the Mandalorian season 2, you can really do no
That's
wrong.
a great. No, but that's
Yeah,
great.
it is.
I
It
hope
really
he
is.
comes back. I hope they bring back that character.
Maxwell Lord, man.
Yeah.
Too much. Okay.
But I will say this though, Wonder Woman is not my number one movie.
Okay.
I have to give that probably surprising to the New Mutants.
I have that on my list under best.
I love New Mutants. I thought it was a great movie. I love the imagery, the feel of the movie, the tone of the movie. I loved it.
Yeah. So what I want to talk about with that, the same thing. So I don't think, if not any, or maybe this is definitely one of the only movies I saw in 2020. Normally I can't count how many movies I see in the movie theater, but this one I definitely remember because it was the first time I've been to a movie theater in months, because our cousin Belinda took her daughter Kennedy for her birthday. They rented out the theater here in San Antonio on the south side, the city-based cinema. Wonderful, wonderful, locally owned theater. Brad Smith is the owner, operator of that facility, that movie theater. They are not part of a chain like Santikos or Regal. Guys, if you get a chance to go out to see a movie, go and see a movie at city-based cinema. You can rent out an entire theater for $100. You and a group of your friends.
Like, what, 10?
I think they moved it up to 20.
Oh,
if it's
sure.
your people, like you're a group. And when you're in there, you can take off your mask because it's people I guess. But they did an excellent job. He opened up the gaming area for us. He had the games off every 2 games. He said he would turn on anyone that we needed. I was talking to him personally. They wiped the stuff down. We were the only ones in there at that time because it was her birthday, and at that time there was only 10 of us, and it was great. And I thought it was good, really good. I loved the girl that plays Magic, who is Ileana
Taylor.
Yeah, Anya Taylor. Joy Taylor.
Yes.
I might have it wrong.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too.
You know her.
She
comes out in Split. She comes out in Glass. She comes out in The Witch. Have you seen The Witch?
Right. That's right. Where she first broke out.
Yeah,
I didn't see
like
that one.
movie.
But
she has a big Netflix show right now.
Yeah, I was gonna get right into that. If
okay.
I had to have a show, Mandalorian, The Boys. I just got done with The Queen's Gambit on Netflix. It was number 1 for forever. You probably saw it if you're a big Netflixer. Worth the 7 episodes, AA.
Okay.
Not a full hour episodes. This of those roles we talked about of her, this is her best role.
Okay. Yeah.
She deserves all the Emmys for it.
Shit. She's
really great. It's a fucking excellent story. You talked about a powerful woman in Wonder Woman. This is better.
Oh.
Yeah. That show is good,
okay.
but this is better. No?
Right.
The Queen's Gambit. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, okay, I have
Maxwell Lord me.
I know. I have time now. I'm gonna check it out. I checked it out. I started binging, and I was like done in like a day and a half. I was like, this is really great. And this is what I told my girlfriend. I said, you gotta watch it. I'll sit through it and watch it again with you. That's how good it was. I'll watch it again. I said, everything I thought was gonna happen didn't happen. Like I literally was like, then the character moved here, and I was like, this is gonna happen. I was like, oh, okay. Then it was like, then this happened, and I was like, oh, I know now. It's now, this guy's gonna do this. I was like, oh, okay. They just moved. That didn't even get even close to that. They just moved away. They moved away. It really focuses on her and her own stuff. I can't say too much without ruining it, but it is 100% worth the watch. The Queen's Gambit on Netflix. If you like chess, if you're a fan of chess, you'll especially love it, but you don't need to like or know anything about chess at all to like it. Chess is what she does, but you could make it anything. It could be tennis, it could be fucking tabletop ping pong, but the way the story is told and written, it works for her the way that story is written and told. And apparently it's an old book that's from written years ago, but no one ever did anything with it or whatever. They developed it into this format which works perfectly, and it is so good. The Queen's Gambit, highly recommend. and the New Mutants as well. So two things with her.
I love New Mutants. I thought it was a great movie.
She had a killer 2020.
yeah, she did. She did. But
So,
New Mutants was probably my top movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Of 2020.
Man, that's tough to say if I had a top movie.
I mean,
of
there wasn't
2020.
really a whole lot, that came out this year.
So, did you catch Mulan?
No, I didn't.
That was the first big Disney release. The string they were testing the water. I know we both didn't see Tenet. I want to see it. I think I might buy it. Not rent it, but I might rent it for $4.
Yeah.
I want to see it too. So if anyone saw Tenet, let us know. If you saw Mulan, let us know. I started the beginning of it and then I fell asleep because I wasn't that invested. I never saw the original cartoon Mulan.
It's fine. It's
okay.
Yeah.
So
it's an old story though. It's not even like from the cartoon.
That's what I've heard. Yeah,
very old story.
And I got maybe about midway. I saw her kind of steal the dad's armor, go do be the boy thing, and trying to hide her body and stuff. So I mean, like I was kind of getting into it, but it didn't. But then again, I mean, I just watched it when I was tired, which wasn't fair to the movie. So I won't say that about Mulan. What I did watch though, that I did see recently, was really good. Jamie Foxx in the other streaming release on Christmas Day, Soul. Did you watch Soul?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me hear it. Lay it on me.
It was fine. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't think that much of it.
You sound flat on it.
I kind of was. I was flat on it.
Even Jamie Foxx's performance?
I mean, it was fine and everything. Just I don't know. It didn't feel. I don't know. I didn't feel it.
Are you a Pixar fan?
Yeah, I am.
And
I didn't feel it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I liked it. It would be of 2020. I would put it on the best side. I'd be like, it was a good thing out of 2020. I liked it. So it was like a different kind of story. I liked him, hearing his voice. Of course, the Pixar animation is great.
Oh yeah.
The little story with the souls I was like, this is kind of neat. Since seeing it, I have heard one podcast on it, which is how I always refer to Kevin Smith's, but they were split too.
Oh, okay.
Kev liked it and Mark didn't like it.
Yeah.
But Mark was saying one thing that was interesting about Soul was that originally they said that the character was not supposed to be a jazz guy; he was supposed to be an animator, and they said that's why like a lot of the things you see like in the background, the way the other shapes or whatever they look very like artistic.
Yeah, they did. Yes, they did.
Yeah, and he was like, that's because they switched it from being an animator to being a jazz guy. And I think the original character also wasn't African American; he was white. So that I'm like, when you redo it, if you're gonna redo it, you got to redo everything. Like this should have been like musical or whatever.
Unless it was just gonna cost too much.
Yeah, I did love the message. I think the message at the end was really powerful to me, which I felt like was, you don't have to live for something. You can just live, and it's fine. And every day is a blessing, and every day is a treasure, and every day is a joy. And take joy in the little things.
Even before 2020, when I always say, how do you feel today? Or was yesterday a good day? And a lot of times people will tell me, you know what, every day that I wake up is a good day.
Yeah.
So
every day above ground, right? I've heard that too. But you know what? More true than ever in 2020, guys. So.
So for me,
Okay. For me, I put it on the good side. So we split again on that one. What about this double A? We delved a little bit into the world of wrestling with the Brody Lee passing, but how about Undertaker retiring? We did an episode on that as well.
We did. Yeah.
We took a really on a 30-year career and kind of walking away.
Just another end of an era, just another one.
How do you feel about it? Is this thing gonna happen?
I think it's good that he did, but it sucks that we're not going to see it again.
Yeah.
It's just like I said, with Eddie Van Halen gone, we're not going to get more Van Halen. With Neil Peart down, we're not going to get more Rush.
I heard our episode about that. I don't mean to cut you off, but you saying that you got to see Van Halen with
yes,
Emma.
Yeah.
I'm like, I will never get that.
That's what I'm saying.
My time is gone now.
Yeah. So if Undertaker really is gone, long and gone, then that kind of sucks.
Yeah. We got to see some hellacious matches.
Yes, we did.
In person.
Yes.
In person. So that was cool.
We got to see that cool Royal Rumble ending.
Yep.
From 07.
That'd be the best.
We got to see that best Raw main event.
That one was excellent. Where I think Joe said he was at.
Yep.
With Joe said he was at both with us.
Yeah, he was there too.
Unbeknownst to ourselves, but you know what, Double A, I think he deserved the good big send off in front of the crowd. He needed a crowd to cheer him out.
It would have been cool, but
the "Please Don't Go" chants, because I know I was chanting that, and I have since picked up my Taker shirt. I'm not wearing it now. I'm wearing my Mando and Boba shirt, but after our episode, I realized I needed to own one, so I went ahead and picked up a Taker shirt. I wrote this down. What do you think? the AEW Impact crossover. Speaking, we're still on wrestling now. You know what I mean? Like,
So some people are kind of split on it. I think it's a good thing. Anytime wrestling organizations work together, I always say it's just a really great thing.
Yeah.
And you know what happened this past Wednesday? Gallows and Anderson appeared on AEW.
yep.
So that was pretty fucking cool.
Give me a too sweet.
Yeah.
Give me a too sweet man right there. See, I think that's cool. I am 100% agree with you. Cross promotional stuff is great. None of the little guys, and yes, AEW is a little guy, will ever be WWE.
Yeah.
So stop fighting, work together, and do it. All you guys throw ROH in there. Throw
Oh man.
AAA in there.
I would
you know
love
what I
to see
mean?
the Briscoes against AEW's tag
dang
team
it.
division.
You know what? Let the
Them versus a
AEW
revival.
crowd.
Briscoes versus
Oh, yeah.
revival.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Can we throw the Young Bucks in too?
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
And throw some
But
ladders
I
in
would
there.
want to see.
Joe, you know you want to see
I
that.
want to see revival Briscoes and just by themselves in a wrestling match.
I want to see
And
that
that
too.
would tear the fucking house down.
How about Jay Lethal versus Kenny Omega?
That one too.
You
Yeah.
know you want that match, man. I want that shit. I want that shit real bad, man. So make it happen. I mean, this is the only way. There's no way to compete against WWE except the way of teaming up and giving people dream matches that they will not get otherwise elsewhere.
Yeah.
So get it. All the respect to NXT, all the respect to WWE, but they are who they are.
Hey, you know what? It would even be cool. Okada came to America under the AEW banner and wrestled Omega again.
Yeah.
Him and
Yeah.
Omega. Okada Omega.
Why-
In America.
They said
Yeah.
Okada wants New Japan to cross over with people.
Yeah.
New Japan, people that don't know Naito, that don't know Okada, that don't know Tanahashi,
Ibushi.
that don't know Ibushi,
Yeah.
you are missing out. That match with him and Naito looked
Mhm.
fucking insane.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, that
Yeah.
Hurricanrana from the fucking
Yeah, that looked
apron.
ugly.
I was like,
Ugh.
that gets you jacked up. You gotta watch that. You gotta see that stuff. So I think that's cool. I just put this down under worst, and it's just worst by itself. Is movie theaters, man. They're hurting. They're hurting. They're in a
Some
bad
are even
spot.
kind of closing down too because it's too much.
Yeah, they're broke. I mean, they're
Yeah.
pretty much they're broke. So I'm not all for like these big corporation bailouts. Bail out city-based cinema if they need money because they're a local owned
I'm like
guys.
you too. Like it's cool that they're releasing these movies, like where you can see it at home. You pay $20, which I think is really cheap. I know when you see that price tag, it's like, oh man, $20 for a movie. But you spend way more when you go to a movie theater.
Yeah.
But I also miss just those big movies, seeing them at the theater where they need to be seen and heard. I would have hated to have seen Endgame on my
Oh
TV.
God, no!
Than
That
in
would
the
have been
movie
a
theater.
nightmare.
I would have fucking hated that.
How about
so
any
much.
Star Wars?
Yeah.
Any Star Wars
Yeah.
seeing it your first time at home?
Yeah.
And then imagine the reverse. Because let me tell you something else, guys. I read about this, and this is for free plug here. But City Based Cinema, they have it up right now. If you rent their theater for $100, you can rent it for $100 and just go play your Xbox or your PlayStation in there. You can rent it just to play games.
Shit.
I mean, like,
Man,
you know what I
that'd be
mean?
something.
That's pretty cool, right? So Chelsea earlier talking about
Damn.
the Mortal Kombat. Chelsea, go play Mortal Kombat there.
Holy
You know what I mean?
crap.
Get a group of 10 or 20 friends together, whatever the limit is. Play some freaking Mortal Kombat on a big ass screen like that. I know Friday Night and Marquise would probably get into that. But I mean, just for me, that's who I think about because that's our only theater near us.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They serve Mexican candy. They serve beer. They got a bar. They show Spurs games. It's like like they came here to this side of town, our side, which is not really, I wouldn't call it south. I'd call us more southeast. It's like damn.
But it
Otherwise,
was
we got
great.
it far.
When, before we had this podcast, like when everything was going up, that was one of mine and my wife's favorite pastimes
Mhm.
to do was,
Mhm.
hey, let's go check out this movie at City Base, and you know what, let's go have dinner somewhere, and it was cool, and we kind of missed that experience a lot, because we used to eat at Armadillos right
Yeah.
next door.
Yeah.
So
I always tell people,
It sucks.
that's my church. Not disrespect to any actual church people, but the movie theater is a place where I would go, feel zen, feel calm,
Yeah.
feel peace. Besides now I have the Pod Lab, but I would go there and I would just I even if I was like trying to diet or whatever, it's like I'm like when you go, you gotta like get popcorn and soda.
Yes,
You got to
yes.
like it's like a right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got you smell the
And it's
popcorn.
funny
You
because
go
it's like
and-
you might not even be hungry, but it's just like you're watching, and all of a sudden you just start grabbing you're not even realizing you're fucking eating the popcorn.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how you're just like, wow, you're so fucking into it. You
Yeah.
grab the soda and it's like, get
Dude,
more.
even me and your brothers, we would all get together for certain stuff. We saw Bohemian Rhapsody
Yes.
together.
Yes, we
That
did.
was
Yes.
excellent to do
Yes.
together.
We didn't go together, but we were in the same theater for Avengers Endgame.
That's right. That's
Myself,
right.
you,
Yeah.
and Jack.
Probably some of the Star Wars too. I feel
Probably
like.
some.
You know,
but the magic is there. The electricity's there. It's fucking awesome. It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me ask you something, Double A.
Yeah.
What would it take in today's environment to get you in a theater? Is there safety precautions they can
No.
take? No. Okay. There's not.
No.
Because I know a lot of people are just like, we're doing this, we're
Yeah.
doing that, we're doing this, we're doing that. So
I don't care.
even with the limited numbers.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
No.
No. I'm curious because I would like to know. Yeah, speaking of that experience and that, talking about Endgame and those type of movies, and then me kind of saying what I said about Wonder Woman not having that moment. I've been in movie theaters before where, I get like a little bit embarrassed because there'll be that big moment on the screen, and my girlfriend, Jess, she's one of the people that'll be like, whoa, like she cheers, like she can't contain herself when it's like an exciting part of the movie.
Yeah.
So like Star Wars when when Kylo shows up. Ben, what I mean?
My wife screamed in Force Awakens when he kills Han Solo.
Oh,
she screamed like, "What the fuck?"
That was my girlfriend is the same way. She'll just be like, "No," or like, and I'm like, and I'm like, "You're like, this person."
I was like, "Holy shit!"
And me, I'm the person. I'm there like this in my seat, and then I'm like, the tears are coming out. Cap gets Thor's hammer, starts swinging it around.
For me, I'm real quiet in theater. I'm just real quiet about this. I just look at the movie. But my wife, in a horror movie, she'll jump. Yeah. She'll scream.
That's the best. That's the best person to watch movies with.
It is.
And that's what I love too. But I tell Jess, and that's what I asked her. I said, "Babe, was there a moment in WWE '84?" I'm not hating. I'm just saying, was there a moment where you felt that she was like, "No, not really in this one." That she felt like she would have got out of her seat.
Man, a lot of people love that first one. I didn't like. I mean, the first one's fine. It's just I didn't like it as much as I like this one.
Yeah. And you know what? To me,
I thought Ares was kind of weak.
Yeah, he was kind of weak. I didn't get what all the fuss was about, but I liked it better than some of the other ones. So I was like, oh, it's better than those.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, but other than that, and they made her look good, which was good.
Yeah.
Good. You made her strong. Yeah. You made her like how she's supposed to be. That's what you're supposed to do. Yeah. Like they need to make her, in a sense, rival Superman. So that's what.
Oh yeah.
You got to work on that. But other than that. Double A. I mean, if I had to say,
I said that a few things.
No. Go ahead, please.
Watch Me.
The show.
Yes.
Was that 2020?
Was it? I thought it was.
I don't know.
Okay.
If it was though, but no. That's a fucking great show.
Yeah.
Great show.
All right.
I loved the Watch Me. Did you get to watch it?
Yeah, I did. I
oh, you caught up. Okay.
Well, I watched some episodes. I didn't see all of them.
Okay.
The episodes
You're not done.
See, but the episodes I did see.
Okay.
I got what the fuss was about.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? No, you're right. It's 2019.
2019. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. It's okay. But no, I want to hear what you have to say.
No, I mean, I thought it was a great sequel.
How far do you think you are?
See, that's the thing. I haven't seen them much. Straight.
Okay.
Like, I saw, what's his name? Hooded Justice.
Uh-huh.
I saw his episode,
yeah.
which I thought was great.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that change.
Yeah. I like that too. I was like, oh, what a good, a deepening of the story.
Yeah. Adrian's character, I like what they did with Adrian.
Yes. How's Jeremy Irons?
Yeah.
Fucking excellent.
I like what they did. I actually could see him as a older version from the comic book. Yeah. So that was cool. The Kiss, the end of the road concert. My brother bought it for $50. We saw it. Great concert. What a great way to end out 2020 with Kiss. So that was pretty cool on New Year's Eve.
We know Friday Night or Mario Delgado will agree on that.
Yeah. What you say, he was getting it too.
Yeah. I'm sure he watched the beginning of it for sure.
AC/DC, I thought they had probably the best album of 2020 with Power Up.
Yeah, Power Up. Yeah. That single, man, was fucking fire.
So AC/DC, I'm glad they're back. They had another #1 album here in the States.
I never mentioned it because I always forget when I list off all our stuff, but we are also on TikTok, and our TikTok with the most views, I think, is we used their letter generator.
Oh,
I did the double A and I did the CM, and I threw that up with the song on our TikTok, and it has the most views of any of our other TikToks, which I guess are not that good. So if you got TikTok, go out, tell your kids. I know your kids got it. Tell your kids, however many you got, go and follow us on TikTok, and they'll be like, "Mom or Dad, that TikTok is boring as hell." But that was a great.
And they even
kudos
had
to
a cool
AC/DC.
package too.
Yeah, I saw the vinyl version at Target.
Well, like I think the other version is like you can get it. It's like a Bluetooth almost, so you can
Oh,
actually
really?
play the album on there too. So that was pretty cool.
Okay, very cool, very
So, yeah.
cool. Guys, if you're joining us on Facebook Live, again, we're always here hanging out. But if you're listening to us on audio, we'd like to take a quick break, real quick, at the 30-minute mark. We're going to read some comments. We're going to come right back and close out this show, guys. So we're going to do that right now. Guys, if you're here with us on Facebook Live, you know that we're still here hanging with you. Just talk to ACG.
Let's read some comments.
But let's read some comments, guys. Let's scroll up, double it. Stop me when you know I've hit
Right
the...
there, right there.
Okay, so we did talk about Aaron watching The Last Dance, good, and he said nice
Hate
here, I
it. Hate it. Oh, wait, go back.
sorry.
Hate it. Batman versus Superman. Blasphemy.
Oh,
Sorry, Joe.
That was this guy.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay. I was like,
No,
it's just like,
they
okay.
wasted a build up to what they could have had their own end game. Fucking blew it.
You opened a can of worms.
They blew it. Now, look, I like Ben Affleck though. I thought he was an excellent Batman. I love his older Batman.
Yeah.
I like
He's
Henry
big
Cavill.
too. Big guy.
I like Henry Cavill. I think he's
Love
actually
him.
the best looking Superman of all the Supermans. I think he's the best looking one.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know, man. They just can't
Did,
get their
did the
fucking
Martha
stories
thing
right.
bother you?
That was stupid. Oh, our mom's names are Martha. We have something in fucking common.
Double A thinks it was good, but it could be better. So, you know.
They should have had Maxwell Lord in there.
Sorry, Joe. On that one, I thought it was fun. I mean, I don't own a copy. I think I own a digital copy.
You know,
That's
I do own the fucking copy. And that's what sucks even more.
If you're ever looking to unload,
Yeah, I might.
let's see. Roxy tells Joe, "Oh yeah, I hate it."
I hate it.
Just says, "No way, I loved it. I'm a sucker for DC."
Oh, so you're a
Okay,
DC
well,
fan.
there you go.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
sometimes some
Okay.
people like Ant-Man a whole bunch too.
Yeah, that's true.
Roxy says, "I can respect that." Joe
Watch
says,
animated
"Animated
movies.
series Wonder Woman."
Wonder
She's
Woman,
great.
she's
Okay,
great. Okay.
I'll watch that. Is it on HBO Max, Joe? Let us know. Batman's parents were murdered in '84 during the WWE '84 Wish. Oh, okay. Is that a plot we missed? The Wish was a chance to be the Wish. This Wish has a chance to be a Flashpoint. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. There may be a lot of things that are able to come out of a similar Flashpoint. Okay, well we know Flashpoint can do almost anything. Agreeing on George Perez, Joe says, so definitely agree with that. Aaron says, what was with the Dewey Cox post? Well, Aaron,
Joe responded.
Joe responded to him saying last week's episode was on the comedy movies. So there you go, Aaron. Rock says, you know what? I would have liked WWE 84 since it was set in 84. I wanted 80s explosion, 80s soundtrack. You know what?
That's true.
That actually would have been great. Where was the 80s
soundtrack?
music?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they kind of have Chris Pine doing the outfits, but it really wasn't that.
That's true, because even like Hot Tub Time Machine, when they go back, they throw in all the main
Right. It's like they kind of did a little bit of 80s stuff, but it was like the bad 80s stuff. I don't know. Like,
maybe that's what she was saying.
I would have liked, I would have liked some 80s stuff on TV, like Dallas or, Magnum PI, you know. Let says it was for Madison's birthday. That's right. Yes, for Madison's birthday. You were also there with us in the theater. What was your experience? Did you like it? I thought it was pretty cool us being by ourselves there and having a moment to ourselves. Aaron says, let's do that. Rent the theater, Aaron. All right. You put up the money? I'll be there. Joe says, here goes Joe on wrestling. He says, was AEW on the worst side?
See, that's what's funny part is like AEW has the main event guys, but Impact has like but they have the supporting.
Yeah.
Because AEW really lacks that supporting
I agree
part.
with you, Joe, a lot. I read a lot of your stuff on wrestling groups about AEW. That is the whole card watchable.
The card
no.
fucking blows.
What is it, an hour show, though, Double A?
No, I think
It's 2? I don't know any wrestling show right now that can support an entire hour, a single hour of wrestling.
Ring of Honor does a good job when it is on.
Yeah.
They just put it 3 matches on, 3 good matches,
it's
and that's
3
it.
good matches.
That's it.
Yep. And I'm like, and when you have a deep roster like that, give guys more time off, give more time to heal.
Yep.
Maybe they have a longer live show. When you do a live show, maybe a little longer. Some dark matches with your big guys, but you don't need that on TV every week, man. That's how you reserve and preserve your roster.
Yeah.
We're not in a world anymore where you can sit through a 3-hour show, let alone a goddamn 8-hour WrestleMania. But I'm like, I'm not sitting for 6 hours. Even if we're hanging out here with you drinking beer, I'm like, I'm gonna drink for 6 hours. Like,
that's hard.
So there's that. Jeremy says, That feeling sucks, especially when Juice World passed. Wanted to go to a concert, but what can you do? Yes, the passing of Juice World. That was also this year, I believe. Rapper actually did a song with Eminem that came out right before he passed. Whatever.
Okay.
The what was it, Jeremy? The drank or the that killed him. I don't know. I know that he was into something or whatever, but he seemed like a really positive rapper. He was really good from the stuff you showed me. I enjoyed his work. Jeremy says, what is his name?
It's Naito.
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 Naito. Yeah, and his
Naito.
group. He has a group. It's called Los
You go for it.
Ingonobles.
Yeah,
So he does a lot of Spanish shit, which is cool. He does a lot of stuff in Spanish. So he's badass. Naito. Naito. NXT is great right now. I have no doubt. I love that roster.
Yeah, you're a big Gargano fan, weren't you?
Yeah, Cole Gargano, which he's getting a lot of heat right now. People are saying he's not a main eventer, needs a manager, all that. He should quit.
He's like the heel. Him and his wife are heel characters.
And they're saying he doesn't work as a heel, and I'm like, no, he doesn't. He doesn't. He's almost like a small Cena. You know what I mean? Like but he's great in ring, and or make him like a Bret. You can make him like a Bret. That is not. That's not entirely on him. It's also how you weave the story.
Well, see,
you have him do heel things to be a heel.
Well, see, the thing though, CM, is that a lot of these guys, they're really good wrestlers, but they're bad on the mic. That's the problem with a lot of these wrestlers. And that's why you probably don't.
But how much does creative stop them from being themselves? Because I've seen that guy. That guy was doing YouTubes when he was with the Fandango guy or whatever. Fandango. And they were doing these little like funny videos where they were like ribbing other wrestlers, and it was good. You could see he had personality. Now, if he pitches that to Vince and it doesn't fly, or Triple H, I'm like, now come on, you gotta remember that what makes you good on the mic is when you let yourself come out a little bit. So you gotta be able to do that. Joe also says, Mr. Theater Experience, NXT is great right now. Yes, if anyone got a chance, A Quiet Place in the Theater would be a great experience. I agree with that, Joe. City Base is home, definitely. Rock says we had our Mortal Kombat competition on the side of my house for Chelsea. That was fun.
Wow. Oh yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, and she says miss theaters so much. She says love watching movies with Jessica Ortega. Yeah, Jess is really fun in the movie theater. He says, bro, I love that I cried my ass off in Endgame. Hey, Joe, I think that's what me and you initially bonded, man. We're both a bunch of criers. Aaron says AC/DC was the shit.
They are the shit.
Just had a new album come out, Aaron. Check it out. Joe says, no way. As a big Batman, Superman fan, I was never put together the Martha shit. You know what? I had to admit, I also felt like a fairly big fan, and I never put that together. So when they threw that in, I was like, oh yeah, their moms are both named Martha.
Like, whatever. I'm not going to go into it.
That answered my question about theater experience. She said it was awesome. I loved it. Not only did we have a theater ourselves, but the game room for Madison and Kalel. That's right. And Kennedy, me and Kennedy had a great heart to heart in there, playing some games too. So it was fun. Jeremy says, man, y'all hold another combat tournament. I'm down. Jeremy was the winner of that Mortal Kombat tournament at Roxanne's house.
Who did you use, Jeremy?
That's a good question, Jeremy. Who did you use? But I remember I bought off your prizes off you.
Oh, damn.
Because you had no need for them. So.
Damn.
I made you a solid deal with cash. You know what I mean? You can't go wrong with that. You know what I mean? I told him, what was your one wish, Jeremy? Right now,
oh, yeah, no shit. See, you're getting more and more. You're going to go back home tonight and watch it.
I might go watch it again. Let's see here.
We're going to see CM's hair comb like him.
I know, man. I got to get it like that. Rock says, hell yeah, COVID stopped this year. Yeah, to Jeremy. That's hopeful for this year. So there's that, guys. So that's all of the comments we got through for right now. If you're joining us on Facebook Live, and again, we're gonna get right back into the audio version, and I think wrap it up, right, Dylan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here we go then. We appreciate you guys always hanging out with us while we do this little comment. Yeah, bring in more comments because we're gonna round with the end of the show with that,
and we'll talk to you.
Talk to us. Guys, thanks for sticking in there with us on our audio version. We do our Facebook Live every Friday night, guys, where we come in and we say a few things. We read your comments in these little breaks while the show processes for the audio, which is available pretty much anywhere. And, at the end of the show, we're going to start doing that as well. We're going to read back through all the comments that come in. But today we're talking about best and worst of 2020. Maybe we heard some good things and we heard some bad things. We've talked about some good things, some bad things. I ran through my list, Double A. So let me know what else.
Well, it's more personal experiences.
Yeah.
One of the cool things was at Heroes and Fantasies, I actually got to meet Jason David Frank.
Yeah. That was your first time meeting him, right?
Yes. Now, if anyone knows, I'm not a hugest Green Ranger fan. I love the Red Ranger, but it's Jason David Frank. It's just like if John Cena came. If you're not a fan, you still have to meet John Cena.
Yeah, totally.
Totally. It was a cool experience. Super safe at Heroes. They only let like 6 people in at a time. Super cool. Have a cool picture with him. He signed this for us. This is for us. It's not for me. It's for us.
Yeah, that's cool.
For the Just Another Friday Night podcast.
2 JAFN podcasts.
So that was a super cool thing. Ever since getting on this podcast, I joined Twitter for like the first time. And they had this cool promotion with Jeffrey D. Morgan, which me and CM jumped on. Free autograph. It was only supposed to be like the first 200. And it just, I guess it sold so much that he agreed to do like 800 of them. So me and CM, have our copies with Jeffrey D. Morgan
signed
autograph.
by Negan himself.
Yeah. So that was pretty fucking cool right there.
Very cool. I love that.
A really cool moment for us was when we got to interview Mario Delgado. And it was super cool, especially for me and CM. We're pretty close to Mario. He's more than a comic book dealer to us. He's a friend, a mentor.
Definitely.
I learned a lot from him on the episode we recorded from, and I'm actually going to start getting my comics graded just like he is, to preserve them more or less, just to preserve them, because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get a high grade on a lot of them. But he convinced me to kind of just do it, so I am going to do it. Yeah. And I got to share the story of that, I bought Spawn issue 1 from him. That was my first ever comic.
Is that the copy?
Yeah. That was my first ever comic I ever bought, ever. And, I got it from Mario, from Collector's Authority. So, some pretty cool moments. Luchador Bar, going there, kind of setting up. That was really new for me to even do any of that. To kind of go to a place, to set up the whole lighting system, to interview 2 guys I've never met before.
Yeah.
That was a really cool experience. Meeting Jesse, meeting Billy.
You kicked ass, by the way, man. That was awesome. That was so much fun.
That was cool. That was a really, I was really nervous. I was super nervous, but by the time I came out of there, I was laughing my ass off.
Probably had a good buzz on you, too.
I probably had a good buzz, too.
Yeah.
So it was really fun. Roxanne helped a lot, too.
Yes, thank you, Roxanne.
And then even that, getting, our good friends, John and Roxanne, to do an episode for us during our October series of Halloween. First ever we're doing any of that kind of stuff. And it was kind of cool to have them in here.
Totally cool.
Helped really, set the mood. It felt good, set the mood and everything, So a lot of cool experiences in 2020. Obviously, we started this together.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of my list here, Double A, I put the worst thing of 2020 was obviously COVID-19 and the coronavirus. Sure. Our second episode is called Attack of the Corona. Yeah. But the best thing, and Joe alluded to this earlier when he said the Facebook group, Friday Night Faithful, which came after, but the main thing was this podcast, Double A, Just Another Friday Night. You and me sitting down in this room went through, must have been 100 names, potential names.
We did, yeah.
And you literally just saying, how about just another Friday night? Like Marv's story, just another Saturday night from Sin City. And I said, sounds good to me, man. Let's go for it. I didn't know if the Twitter was free. I didn't know if anything was free, but
I've never had been on social media.
We hit record, We hit record, like Joseph Gordon-Levitt's little thing he has going, hit record. Yeah. We did that, and here we are now. I mean, 40 episodes in.
Way more than
45. So, I mean, guys, we've gotten people that like us, people that have friended us, people that we've had conversations with.
Reconnected with.
Yeah, reconnected with people. We met Lucky, the Dork Dad. We were on someone else's podcast. Someone else put us on their podcast. Yeah. Lucky, the Dork Dad. Huge thanks to Aaron B for all his help, contributing $5 a month to our paid version on Anchor, contributing our mic that we still use, our first set of headphones. Um, but all those same things, man. Double A, Lucky's new episode is out. He interviews an artist, and I was hearing the beginning of it, and he talks about getting to come on our show, which will be soon. But he talks about how the show is therapeutic for him doing his show, and we just said this recently. How we said that podcasting can be kind of therapeutic or whatever. Sometimes it's not easy to talk to someone, you know what I mean? But you need to talk to someone, so you just talk it out, which is exactly kind of what he was saying, and that's what we're saying. The same thing too. I mean, we're talking to each other, but we're talking to y'all as well. So I mean, you guys, the Friday Night Faithful, the Friday Nighters, are if there was just one of you, I mean, we'd still do this, you know what I mean? But it's nice that there's more of you.
Yeah, it's cool, especially when the groups are blowing up.
Oh yeah,
I'm talking to all these people I don't even know.
Right.
Right. And we're just having conversations about Cobra Kai, about basketball, or about football, you know, and it's amazing. It's cool.
I love that. I love when the group shares stuff before. Like I said earlier, we don't always post every Screen Rant and IGN and comic book news article, because I love when you guys do it. Post it to our page, post it to our regular podcast page, just on the Friday night. Post it to post it to our group as well. Post it in both places, because then you're starting the conversation and we'll jump in. We comment on almost everything that comes through there, because we want to hear what your thoughts on that, and we'll tell you definitely what we think about it, you know what I mean? So this is the stuff we love. We wanted to talk about it for years. Like I said, I wanted Just Another Friday Night to be the podcast guide to pop culture, not just comics, but all pop culture. So back in March when we started, we knew we were going to do an October series. We knew that. We didn't know what the episodes were going to be, but we were like, we're going to dedicate it to Halloween. So that was cool to know that in advance, and then get great guests on, and then have my sister on as our first guest, and like I said, be on someone else's podcast, and then want us to be on theirs, and then, like you said, interview Jesse and Billy at Litchfield.
Yeah, that was
I never would have. You know what I mean? They were so nice, so inviting, and talk about the bar, and be in the bar, and drink in the bar, and during the pandemic, you know what I mean? So it was pretty cool, and the bar was closed. I mean, these guys weren't in business at that time, so for them to invite us in and do that, and I've since seen them, and they're doing great, and they opened up their secondary coffee shop / you can get beer there too. I won't call it a brewery, but it's just coffee and beer.
Beer garden?
Tandem.
Tandem
It's called. But go check them out there. Go get some Dark Matter coffee. They're great guys. So man. The best thing of 2020 for me was Just Another Friday Night podcast coming out of it. Getting to sit here with you, man, and do this and do our thing. And I think that we keep having more stuff in our minds that we want to come out and we're going to do, and that's going to happen. So, anything else, Double A?
No, man. It's just, you know what? Let's just try to make this a better year.
Yeah, everybody.
Let's try to make this a more exciting year for our podcast.
Yeah.
Let's try to go out there, explore new worlds.
Definitely, definitely. We don't get political here, but I did mention this on our last episode when Untamable Amy was guest hosting, that I did think it was pretty cool that we're going to have our first female vice president, you know what I mean, of biracial. That's very cool. Like, that shows the world is changing and advancing, guys, and I think that's great.
United States,
United
other
States.
parts of the world has always had
that's right. The U.S.
women leaders.
Yeah, for sure. Guys, just to bookend, like I said, the new format, I want to kind of start out reading your guys' comments, because I hate to greet you like later on, 30 minutes in. So now I want to bookend it with reading a little bit of comments to close out the show before we do our send-off here. So let me get back into the comments here. Double A, let me know if I go
too far. Right there.
Right there. Right when Joe said he was crying in Endgame. No shame in that, because I was too. And we let Aaron know that AC/DC was the shit. Let's see here.
Right there.
Okay.
When we asked Jeremy who he used.
Jeremy said he used Scorpion, of course. Okay. Some hard hitters might say that's a pretty easy character to use, Jeremy. But I wouldn't say that, because I don't know. You know what I mean? But David Lopez in the house. David Lopez says, "Happy Friday night, boys." What's up, David? Appreciate you being here, man. Appreciate you being here. How's the band doing? I see you guys are doing stuff. I think we started following you guys. All Sides Equal, right? Am I correct? Let me know if I'm correct or not, David, if you're still here with us. Joe says, What's he say there, Double A?
I hate to say it, but a lot of time the indie darlings go from town to town and don't have to get on the mic. Just put on a good matches.
I mean, that is the meat and potatoes of it, Joe. The wrestling, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Joe, I can go be good on the mic in the ring, but I'm going to be shit in the ring because I can't wrestle.
See, even Brooklyn Brawler can do a promo. Come
on. Joe, we got to get you chime in with us via video just on some wrestling shit. Jeremy says I should have charged more. Those were legit. No, you gave me a fair price. It was very good. There's no need to rethink that. How's that hoodie working out? We want to see that on our Instagram, Jeremy. You need to wear that hoodie, take a picture, and then tag us in that so we can see our merch out there. Roxanne says one of the best things about 2020 was the month of October for me.
Oh yeah.
My 31 days of Halloween costumes, 31 days of movies with matching meals and cocktails, and of course being a guest on your show, Werewolf by Friday Night.
Which I don't know if you saw, but she picked up a Werewolf by Night comic because she liked our episode.
Nice. You know, well done, Roxanne. I did
she has a Werewolf by Friday Night comic, or Werewolf by Night comic. So,
but coming soon, Werewolf by Friday Night.
But yeah, Roxanne, you by far had the best October.
Yeah, you killed it. And I think that your show was like the highest rated of that October. So
yeah, it sure was.
Rated, you know, but most listened. So that's what we saw on our stats. So very cool. Luchador episode was awesome. Roxy says.
Thank you again, Roxanne.
Jeremy says, exactly. Never listened to a podcast until Charlie said he was going to start one. Now I listen to multiple podcasts, so that kind of opened me up to think, well, man, that's awesome, Jeremy. That's great. Yeah. Many podcasts out there.
We listen to a lot of wrestling ones ourselves, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you listen to Joe Rogan.
I listen to Joe Rogan, Mark Maron. Yeah, Morbid, you know what I mean? So I discovered new podcasts during the pandemic as well. Joe says, I listen to a lot of pods, but this one feels like home. Cheers, guys. Joe, cheers to you. Oh, you're on E? Are you on E?
I'm way on E.
Oh, man, what the hell?
But cheers to you anyways, Joe. Thank you so much.
Guys, let me drink to that. Cheers. It feels wrong not going out on a toast, though. Let me get you a beer. Hold on.
But yeah, I mean, guys, 2020 was good for us, for me and TM. You know, it's been rough. Us on our personal lives, not with our home lives, just work-wise.
Work-wise, everything,
sometimes it's just life fucking blows sometimes.
Yeah, I can be honest with you guys. You know, like, I lost a job during the pandemic, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, cheers, here we go, Joe, and everybody else. That cheers is to just another Friday night. I'm not ashamed to toast us because you guys are part of what makes us another Friday night. You're part of the Friday Night Faithful. That makes you a Friday Nighter. That makes you one of us. You're like our kindred spirits, man, when we talk about this stuff. But yeah, I lost a job during the pandemic, but you know, I got into a better situation. You know what I mean? It's not a permanent situation, but it's a better situation. And like I said, I've got this going on. And dude, how many times do we say it makes us happy just to come here and do this? I was looking forward to it. Mm-hmm. Last week felt weird. It was great being with my sister and stuff and making and creating a show, but it wasn't this show that we do because it's not the normal thing that we do, so it felt off. Like I had to get kind of like, you got to get back to your sin. It feels like it's been a long time since we sat here and did this.
It has been. You know?
But going through the holidays with you guys, going through this pandemic with you guys,
it was super fun.
If you even listen to us for 1 hour or even if you listen for 10 minutes, man, and it took during the pandemic and it took you out of that, that's cool. Even if you just joined us because you're our friend and you know us and you wanted to check us out and say hi, that's great because that means that you weren't thinking about all that shit in the world or whatever. And that's not the pandemic, but then there was also a lot of other bad things that happened too that, you know, we don't condone and don't approve of, and that shouldn't happen, you know what I mean? But, you know, there's enough of that in the world that this is here for wherever walk of life you come from and say, hey, I love this shit too, man. I love the Lost Boys. I love 80s movies. You know what I mean? We don't agree on Wonder Woman 84, although I'm getting convinced, you know what I mean? But, you know, hey, that's what it's here for. That's what we're here to talk about.
You put Undertaker in your Mount Rushmore because of this.
I did. I made some changes to some of my. I moved The Crow up in my top 10 movies. Yeah. Right here on Just Another Friday Night, and we also created some stuff together. The Just Another Friday Night Mount Rushmore. I saw Mick Foley put up his Mount Rushmore earlier. Did you see it? It was Cactus Jack,
Yeah.
Mankind,
Dude Love.
Dude Love, and then Mick Foley. I was like, damn, that's a hell of a Mount Rushmore, Mick. I mean, I was surprised you didn't have Santa on there. But a few more comments before we get out of here, guys. We still got some time here to hang out with you guys. We always do, man. We love it. Let's see. Joe says, oh no, that's Jeremy says, hey, and y'all hit me up for the Twitch. I know how to set it up and other things as well. I definitely will be doing that. I'll hear from you soon. And David says, yep, still here. David, good, man. Hey, tell us about the band. How's it going? Are you going to play a gig or, virtual gig, or how does that work or whatever? So I know Bonds is looking for some acts. They're still trying to keep the doors open. They're doing their thing. We love John over at Bonds, or you might know him as Juan Bond. We want to get out there, but, we're playing it safe too. And I know that they're doing things safe there, but, if you are going out and you're doing stuff, support Bonds, man. They're a great bar, the best, absolute best rock and roll bar I've ever been to, the absolute best rock and roll bar in San Antonio. So that means probably in Texas. So
Yeah, I mean, when I went in February or late January, I met the Celtic Frost drummer, legendary drummer. Yeah, nice. So that was fucking cool.
Yeah. You guys know Double A's always posting up the music stuff, man.
More hardcore music probably than what you guys are used to.
Breaking the hours a good day, but expand your mind. That's also part of what the Friday Night Faithful is about.
Yeah.
Hearing some new
guys,
stuff.
If you want to put music in there. I don't
Jeremy,
give a shit what it is.
Jeremy, you need to get in our group and post some stuff. Post some of your music, man.
If CM put up Backstreet Boys, I wouldn't really give a shit about it.
More of an NSYNC guy myself, but
there you go.
There
you go.
Yeah, it's each their own. You know what I mean? We know Friday Night.
Don't give a shit what he puts up there.
Friday Night or Crystal, we know is the Backstreet.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, Crystal.
Joe says being part of the music episode was very cool. Yeah, Joe, we really appreciate your contribution. That episode was super hard for me to promote the week after because y'all had so much good shit and so much overlap, and so but it was awesome though, man. All the contributions on that. Every episode for me has been fun. Every episode for me is great. I love it. I always look forward to the next one. So I think that might be it, Double A.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 2020. Hey. It wasn't a fucking peach, guys. You know what I mean? We know it sucked. COVID sucked. All that sucked. But you know what? Maybe it made us think a little bit. It shook up our way of life, and it showed us that enemies don't have to be like a physical enemy. It can come from fucking anywhere.
Yes,
and really, I thought, in my mind, I thought as a comic book fan, as a movie fan, I thought, wow, what an interesting plot for the world. This thing that took us to our knees, it wasn't like Outbreak, the movie where it's 100% kill rate and all that, but it was like, wow, it crippled the economy, it put people in their houses, it kept people out of church, it took away hope, it did something worse.
Sure did.
But out of that, like a phoenix, we rose up and we did something. We made a podcast, we made a Facebook group, we found other like-minded people. Double A got on Twitter. Double A's got famous boxers that follow us on Twitter.
Yeah.
Dude, a week ago, Patton Oswalt, comedian, Blade Trinity, the voice of the Gills on the Deep in The Boys. He's the voice of the Gills. Dude, Parks and Rec star. He liked one of our Instagram posts. You know what I mean? The week before that, Rosario Dawson, Ahsoka Tano, amongst a bevy of other things. Gail from Sin City.
You didn't tell him, but John Cena is following us on Twitter.
Yeah, John Cena.
Man, John Cena.
The man, the real deal. John Cena follows us on Twitter. Just Another Friday Night Podcast. And it's not just everybody, because I tried to do what we did on my personal Twitter. He doesn't follow me. So on my personal Twitter, he doesn't follow us, but he follows the podcast. So that's pretty damn cool. So, guys, I know it was bad, but, part of the thing is to kind of look to the bright side. Think about, what you have.
Just, you know what, guys? Wake up and stay safe and just keep living. As best as you can.
Yeah. You made it out. It's over. If that was the worst year of the world and you're still here, then you did it. You already beat the worst. Yeah. So it can only get better, guys. It can only get better. Last little bit of comments. Let's see here. Joe says, being part of the music episode. Okay, read that. Jeremy says, people at school always ask me about my JFN mask, and I'm pretty sure a couple of friends tune in now. That's awesome. That's a younger crowd for us, because our normal crowd is kind of like the 35 up crowd. But that's great, Jeremy. We appreciate that, man. I'm drinking my Deftones beer now.
I saw your picture, Joe.
I want to
That's
try
pretty
that.
Fucking cool.
I want to try that, man. Crystal Sanchez says Ratatouille. What about it, Chris? I mean, I need to know more. It's a great movie.
I do like that movie.
Yeah, that's a pretty good.
I like
pretty
it way
damn
better
good
than
movie.
Soul.
I know. Woof. Jeez, way to just take shots at Soul here. All right. Yeah, Crystal, we appreciate that. Crystal, shot at Jack for your boys at Just Another Friday Night. We appreciate that.
Ooh. Oh,
all right, guys. What's something I like to say at the end of every show here, which is kind of the theme of the whole show, really. 2020 being bad. Guys, if there's something that you want to do, something that even if it's taking a shot at Jack, even if it's listening to the Backstreet Boys for the first time, trying out some of the music that AA posts on there that might seem scary to you,
it's
posting in the Just Another Friday Night. Do that, guys. Do that. Oh, Crystal just said when you were talking about the Gil's voice from the deep, I get Pat Oswalt in Ratatouille also. I didn't make that connection. I didn't know that.
Shit.
I didn't know that.
Thank you.
And Let says, love you guys. Please stay safe.
Love you
That
too,
goes for everybody, guys. Please stay safe. But back to what I was saying, guys. Something you want to do. You want to make a podcast. You want to take a shot at Jack Daniels. You want to make a movie of the adult nature or not. Whatever kind of movie. I know earlier we talked about Red Shoe Diaries. Go do it, guys. Go do it. Seize the day. That's what we say, man. It's also a song by... What's that band? AA. Shit, I'm forgetting their names. Avenged Sevenfold. Seize the day, guys.
Okay.
Something you want to do? Definitely do it. Crystal says, always cheers. Joe says, is there something you want to do? Do it. Yeah, that is what I say. Cheers. And the other thing, guys, is like the man himself that may be coming back. And if he comes back, people are saying, how is he going to come back? There's only one way to come back, and it's in the red, white, and blue. Put on the suit, Cap, pick up the shield, and do what Cap tells you to do in Avengers Endgame. No mistakes. Whatever it takes. Guys, for the Just Another Friday Night podcast, now in 2021, I am CM Chuck. This is
AA.
Adamantium.